MrMouton,
I attempt to
as
cast
the
healing
island
winds.
comes into view, your crown fails immediately.
How does Anton feel?
It feels
I don't know
sort
what
of
that would
like
be
you've
like.
gone from being sober to being like a little bit drunk. You have to think for a few more moments and like intentionally clear your head to make sense of something. And you find yourself like maybe just a little bit more forgetful and a little less present in the moment and aware of what's happening around you. There's just that
I'm gonna-
slight intoxication.
Attempt to use my amulet and put a weapon in. Does it work?
Yeah,
So-
the amulet seems to function just fine.
My ethereal quiver, is that working?
You go to draw an arrow from your ethereal quiver, and it's there. It works just fine. By the time the sun is going down, the full view, you can see it rests on a small hill, maybe 60 feet across, that rises maybe a total of 10 feet up off the ground. The tower itself is 30 feet in diameter.
Not attached to a keep.
Not attached to a keep, just sitting on top of the hill. The tower windows have bars across them all the way up and down, and thick panes of glass on the other side. The front door of the tower has an actual solid door still remaining, although it doesn't look to be made out of wood. It looks to be made out of some sort of metal, some sort of reinforced steel or brass. It's got like a brassy color, so it can't be steel, but a bronze, a brass, a copper, some sort of alloy with a lock in it. You can see that the locking mechanism on the door in a row, side by side by side. It would take 3 keys turned in tandem at the same time to open this door.
What about 3 lockpickers locking at the same time? Or lockpicking at the same time?
That would also work.
Yeah, can we try
Yes.
it? I should have between me, Montum, Hans. We should be able to try it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why don't you make 3 lock-picking attempts, and then if you fail, then the others can try and pick up your slack.
If I fail?
Yeah.
Nice roll, Steve.
Oh, you missed the first one.
You can pick up your slack. Just do the others.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's
All right,
okay.
so you can do the second and the. It takes some time, but between the 3 rogues here, you can unlock the door, and with a heavy groan and the breaking of the ice that has encased this door, the strength of Jack helps swing it open. And as the party looks into the darkness of the frozen keep, untouched for how many eons we won't know, we will end our session for the day. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. It has been a long break. Is there anything we want to say before we hop into the game?
Happy
Nick,
New
how's your
Year.
Christmas? Oh, Happy
Oh.
New Year.
My Christmas was good, yeah. I was just telling you guys, but I took a break from. I felt like 'cause I was off work, I wanted to take some time off streaming as well, so I had pretty much like a month. Not a month off work, more like 2 weeks off work, but still. Played Hollow Knight, which was pretty sweet. Saw a lot of family and friends. Went on a few hikes. Yeah, good times. But back to normal now. Work is back.
Nice. Anyone else have any stories to tell from the holidays?
Nope. I have a question though. When Anton tries to like relearn spell slots, right? Can he attempt it? Basically, what I'm getting at is my amulet. I can use spell slots in order to like juice it out.
No. When you feel like you try and reach out, the words come from your lips, but there is no charge. There is no connection.
Okay. Cool.
So last we left the party, you had left the seaside town. There were some strange dreams, maybe prophetic, maybe just fucking with you, maybe just bizarre emanations from the past. There was a monster or a thing that seemed to be stopping the snow around it. And then a long trek across the plains where you came across a pack of hobgoblins, a pack of goblins, some ice
their
trolls, and finally a tower on a hillside. A circular tower rising 4 floors. And I think we left our last session with you all having climbed the hill and approaching the tower.
I think we're opening the door, but yeah.
Who is the one opening the door?
I can open the door.
Imperial will open the door.
As our intrepid leader, the bravest among us.
We should have the Frost Ranger open the door, Tyrael.
That's true.
Is that
I
an
am
actual
opening the door.
suggestion, or
Yeah.
are we just
No,
moving?
I am opening the door. Tyrael is opening the door.
Anton makes the joke, though.
Okay.
As I go to touch it, I have my hammer at my side, which I believe will tell me if there are any traps, magical or non-magical.
You detect no traps coming from this place.
Any
As
dragons?
you open the door. No
Anton
dragons.
asks.
No. You open the door and see inside. Ooh, God, the music is way too loud.
Intense, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why it's at 0% or 1,000%.
I quite liked it.
Okay. You open the door, Tyrael. Inside of you, you see a circular room. The walls of this castle, or of this tower at the base, must be like 10 feet tall, 10 feet thick. Inside the circular room, you can see the ash and rock remains of a campfire and blackened smoke patterns against a wall leading towards one of these barred arrow loop windows. In addition, there is a circular staircase that runs up the outside of the wall with no railing until it reaches the floor above you and then continues on up to the next floor. The room is maybe 20 feet across, and it seems empty. The door swings into the building, and you stand in the doorway.
Is there a handle on the other end? So if I close the door, I can open it, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'll take a moment, and I'll quiet the people behind me, and I will just take a detect noise to see if I can hear anything.
There's no sound but the breathing of the people behind you, the barking of the dogs, and the crunch of snow as they paw at the ground.
Okay. Does the campfire look recent?
No.
Okay. I not. I guess I start bringing people in.
Does it look like
As you
ages passed, or
I mean, you know,
few
there's
years?
it's hard to tell at this point. You know, there's rocks, there's some ash.
Okay.
It's probably not like 1,000 years old, but
Could be
whether
hundreds.
it's a week or a day, I'm sorry, whether it's a week or a month or a year or 5 years is hard to tell.
Did you say the stairs were on the outside of the tower?
The stairs run on the outside of the room on the inside of the tower, like against
Right.
the wall. And
Given
there's
that this
no
place
railing.
is pretty small, after Tyrael walks in, maybe
before
we should
get
tell
there,
the rest of them. Okay.
Something happens when Tyrael crosses the threshold. You feel the temperature in the room begins to drop as you step in. Like, it's already cold everywhere, but you step in and a chill enters your body. It's noticeable and brings you to a nervous halt.
Okay.
Tyrael, what's wrong?
How cold are we talking here? Like,
Well, we're already cold, right? We're already at
but
like,
I'm saying, like, is
freezing
my blood
temperatures, and it
freezing
drops,
in my...
like, No. It drops like 10 degrees.
Okay.
You can already see your breath, but now your breath is like a large cone instead of just a mist.
10 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit?
10 degrees
Sorry.
Celsius.
Okay. I'll back off and I'll say it seems like it's getting colder in here as I walk into the room.
As he walks out, does his breath become like a
Well-
light mist again?
Yeah, once he's outside, he's in the outside temperatures, but when you step into the room, it feels like the room gets cold. Or maybe it's just a colder area than the outside.
If I'm by the door when he walks in, do I feel cold air from coming within the room or not?
To get a picture then, the three of you clustered near the front, leaving the rest of your minions and dogs and sleds out near the tower as the three of you poke
I
around.
think so. I mean, it's only small. I think we should explore it and let them guard the outside. And so we
Yeah,
can call
no,
someone if we need them.
So you play around, you have someone step in a little bit. The people near the doorway don't notice the temperature difference in any way, shape, or form. Only those who enter do.
Well, how do we want to do this? I looked at Tyrion and Imric. Do we want us three to go and explore the tower? Leave everybody outside? Do we want to bring them?
I think it's for the best. We'll explore it ourselves.
Yeah, and
Should we bring one of each of our people?
I think that it's a small enough tower. It's a fairly small tower, right? Give me
Yeah.
like to walk from. Is it like a few seconds to get up the stairs, or is this like a massive tower?
No, it's 20 feet across, and each floor is maybe 12 feet tall, so a little bit taller than other rooms.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think the tower is big enough for us to bring in many. Maybe just the three of us.
That works.
Yeah.
We need to see how cold it gets, though. I'll step back inside to test. Does the temperature continue to plummet, or does it just feel a little bit colder?
It stays cold for a little bit,
Okay.
You stand there for a little while, and then all of a sudden the temperature normalizes to the outside weather, and the room illuminates with light.
Did I notice a temperature change with Iron Vigil on? Quickly.
Let's see, Iron Vigil, extremes and climate. I don't think you would probably notice anything.
Okay.
No, probably not. But the light, the temperature normalizes to the outside, and the room springs with ambient light all about it. It's still cold in here, but now it's lit.
Looks like they were expecting us.
Anton will wield both of his spears with his magic floating shield on his back, and he'll kind of pat Tyrion and tell him that he'll take the lead.
Can I, Neil, call one of my prying eyes and have it go up to the next room above and check it out for me before we go up there?
Yes, you can. Prying eyes last how long?
It's like 10 hours.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Your prying eyes fly upstairs.
Just one is fine.
Okay. They will search the floors above you. You will see that the floor directly above you has the staircase seems to wrap all the way around to the top of the tower. The second floor, the floor above where you are right now, has a hallway into the middle of the tower that then splits into 3 different rooms. Or at least there's 3 different doors, all closed. The doors are still intact here. They look to be made out of some sort of metal. The floor above that has it is mostly empty, but there is a large hearth built into the side of the wall that has a log that is burning in it, producing smoke and flame and heat. And then the floor above that, the very top floor, has a bunch of lookout windows with these metal apparatuses that look like spy glasses.
There's no obvious enemies or anything in here.
You see no living things, no dead things.
Is there a path down as well, or does it just go up?
Just goes up.
So, returning the eye to my hand, I'll review the footage and then just say, well, it seems like we're the only ones here. Should be safe, at least from more conventional danger.
All right, let's trudge forward and see if there's anything inside.
Sounds good.
Anton will lead up. I assume Imric's either in the middle or the back.
I'll go at the back since I've got a bow.
Okay.
Right. You guys head up the staircase into the second floor. There's this hallway that walks from the stairway to the middle of the tower, seemingly, and then 3 doors that go off into rooms, one in front of you, one to the left, one to the right.
One room each.
So we're on the second floor.
Together, right?
Is the log burning on this floor?
No, that's
Next one.
That's the next floor.
That's the next floor. Okay, so
Is
it's
this
just
floor lit?
we're on a floor. There's 3 doors, and they look like they lead to 3 small rooms in here.
This floor is lit as well.
I suppose we just need to start testing door handles then, yeah?
Yep.
I'll walk to all 3 door handles with my hammer drawn. Do I detect any traps?
No traps.
I also, when I'm touching my hammer, I'll just verbalize this. I'll also ask if there are dragons nearby, because I want to hear an affirmative response to make sure it's not just not working and he's just not saying anything.
You hear no dragons. The hammer says there are no dragons.
Okay. All right. I'll shrug and I'll try to open the first door then.
The handle is stuck. It's like frozen, stuck. It jiggles a little bit, and you can hear the pressure of ice underneath it as you try and shift it a little bit.
Oh, I'll test the second handle,
Same story with the second.
and then I'll test the third.
The third one, the ice crunches and breaks pretty easily, and you find without too much trouble the door can be opened.
What are the doors made of?
Metal. Sort of a silvery, dingy steel. Not like a nice, highly polished steel. More of like, an airbrushed MacBook.
And the handles, I assume, are also made of metal or something?
Yep.
Anton will remark, if we need, we can get Jack. He just has 19 strength. He can probably open
Crash
it.
it down. Yeah.
Well, so I think what we could do is, if one of you wants, I can take out one of the ever-burning candles, and if it turns on, could we just hold it under the door handle? And then if it is metal, then the heat will travel through the door handle, heat up the handle on the other side, and then melt the ice. The only reason I don't want to force it is because if we break the door handle, it might be the case that it's an impossible to open door at that point. We've fucked up.
Makes sense.
Sure, let's try it.
Okay. Can I remove an ever-burning candle and then...
What's in the small room first, or are we not going again?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Okay.
We
can
going
open
to go
and check.
into the door we opened? Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, so you can throw open the door, it swings into the room, and you see an impossibly large room inside of here. This room should be about a third the size of the tower floor plan, but it looks as big, if not larger, than the floor below you. Granted, it's a wedge shape, not a full circle, but it is too big to fit in this tower.
Like the bridge.
The opposite of the bridge, but yeah.
Well, sure, but, bending space-time.
Yeah.
I say confidently.
Anton will take the first few steps in.
You step in, you look around. The room seems pretty empty. There's a window here. There are some signs that humans have been here. You can find some, some links of chainmail lie on the ground. Like someone was here and repaired their armor for a little while and left the broken links dusting on the floor.
Like it was repaired, or could it have also been maybe like from a battle? Where
Could have been from a battle too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anton will remark that to the boys.
How strange.
What does the window
Go
look
ahead.
out to when you look out the window?
I missed the
here?
question.
You said there was a window in here, right?
Yeah.
When you look out the window, what do you see? Is it just like looking out the tower, basically, or?
Yeah, it's just looking out of the tower. There's bars across it and some thick glass in place, like nice thick glass.
Can I see our friends outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there is it like a bedroom? Are there drawers to go through, or?
No, any furniture that might have once been here is missing. Probably burned for wood fuel at this point.
So
It
just
looks
empty.
looted.
Yeah, it looks completely looted and empty.
I'll ask Tyrael to use his or let me borrow the Ring of True Sight. This is probably the perfect time to
Yeah.
use it in this tower.
I'm mused to myself. Didn't the Frost Rangers say that they'd never been this way?
At least his troop didn't come this way.
Is that what he meant, or did he mean all of them? All of the Frost Rangers?
I think he meant all of them, but
Yeah.
shrug.
Let's try to get all three doors open first, so that we can use the ring on one thing, and then we can use it
Yeah.
to check all the rooms. Yeah.
I agree. I'll put my hand out for the ever-burning candle.
Yeah, I'll hand it to you, assuming it's working.
I'll snap. Does it work?
It does.
And then I'll do the lighting of the door handle. We give it 15 or and then 5-10 minutes.
Maybe I think like a few minutes, and
Yeah.
then see if it feels like
Yeah.
it's opening any easier.
Yeah, with the heat of the candle near the door, the handle slowly begins to warm up. After a while, ice begins to melt and trickle down and run down the frame of the door. Eventually, with your gloved hand, you can jiggle it and crunch away the rest of the ice, freely opening the door. Each of the three rooms is like the first. They're all large on the inside, impossibly large, with a window looking out in a different direction. All of them have been emptied of anything remotely useful or interesting to play with. One
Looking
thing
at
you
the
will
window-
notice, though, is that the door, the doors are hung slightly off so that they gently close on their own. Go ahead.
Looking at the windows, it's not like 3 distinct seasons, right? We're not being like teleported anywhere. It's all.
No, you're getting the same viewpoint.
Okay.
And from 2
Just
of the
different
windows,
spots.
you can see nearby party members. The 3rd window looks to the opposite side of the front door, and you just see out to the far mountains in the distance.
Well, we're here to look. I guess Tyrrell looking. I'll just ask him to look with the spyglass. Do we see any other buildings anywhere?
That's true. Yeah. Well, we might as well check when we get to the top floor.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll hand Anton the ring of True Sight, and he can activate it, and we can see if we can see anything interesting in any 3 of these rooms.
Anton will put it on instead of his ring of reaction. No, instead of his ring of protection, and he'll activate it and see if he can see. I don't think I'll know if it's working unless I see something. Well, you can,
But
Yeah, you
there's
look
got to be
around
an
and-
aura of magic here, right?
yeah. I'll look to Tyrael. Do I see his magical aura or his alignment?
Yes, the ring is absolutely working, but these rooms are all barren. There is nothing in this room that is not apparent already.
Okay, up to
They
the
do
next.
radiate some sort of magic for the fact that they're impossibly large, or not?
No, actually, they don't.
Does the there's no radiation of magic even with the cold?
Correct.
Okay. We'll go upstairs, I guess.
Yeah. As you
I
leave
think I
this
have 30
area,
minutes.
Yep, Anton is
the-
going to lead with 30 minutes
Yeah.
of True Sight. Yeah.
as you begin to leave this area, the lights dim and the temperature drops again. They don't go
Yeah.
all the way out, but it like comes down a notch.
We'll have the ever-burning candle out for light as well. Who's carrying that?
I can carry it.
Okay.
Moving to the 3rd floor, temperature still chilly. You come across a vast room, picked over like the last, empty of
Can I
all
ask
things except
quick
for
question?
the fireplace in which a log burns.
When you say chilly, are they gonna have like penalties to this cold? Like, what's kind of happening here? Like, how chilly are we getting? Are they literally freezing their asses off, or?
You are geared for winter weather. You can survive this,
Okay.
but it is colder than the outside. It is less pleasant. If you spend long periods of time in this, then we'll have to deal with it. But if it's only like 5 minutes, it's not a big deal. If it's an hour, you might need to warm up a little bit, but it's not
Okay.
going to kill you.
Making
So
sure.
the fire is giving off heat.
Yeah, there's a fireplace, and in it
I'll go
burns a
stand
log.
by the fire and like rub my hands
Is
together.
the fire magical?
Warm them on the fire.
Well, it's a burning log in an abandoned area.
I'd say
must
it's
be.
probably
It's
all
only
magical.
the
yeah.
one log.
Is
Yeah.
there any ash around it? Like other logs have burnt away?
Well, give me a perception check as you investigate it. Let's see what you notice.
Ah, well, yes, I do have.
Does the ring of true sight give you like detect magic? I can't.
Oh,
I don't think it does, right?
So close.
Yeah, so you can take
It
a
should
look.
detect magic, yeah.
You look at the log, and you can see that there's not much in the way of ash around it. The log itself is sort of ashen on the top.
Yeah.
And it sits in this, hefty bit of a fireplace. Set back into the wall with a chimney going out. It produces very little smoke, but a good amount of light and heat. And after a moment, the room around you warms up again, just to the normal outside temperature, and the lights come back on to full strength.
Is there any way I could use my spellcraft skill here to think is maybe this like a log of everburning spell? If there's any other spells that are maybe affecting the ambient temperature here or making the rooms bigger.
I think what we've stumbled onto is there's just some kind of like camp out place or maybe a place for somebody to live or something, right? You've got like lights that turn on and off, like you've got like a Alexa or whatever. You've got a log.
Well, it kind of
fire
feels
that
more
burn-
like a wizard's tower, really.
Maybe, but I think we should look for something then to indicate that, right? Because right now it just seems like there's nothing here.
Well, I'd say the everburning log and the warming atmosphere and the lights and stuff like that is all kind of indicative that there was a wizard here. Although the Frost Rangers did say that the people of this land were, too magical.
I assume you're gonna tell me if I find something, yeah?
Yeah,
the
I'll let
link.
you know. You've got the Ring of True Sight on. The Ring of True Sight definitely tells you that the log is magical. When you look at it, you can see that it's some sort of enchanted object.
Okay.
Other than
If I
that,
don't see
this room
anything,
is empty.
Anton's gonna usher us to the next floor.
Yeah. Nick, you were saying something about a spellcraft check? Go ahead
Just
and
to
make
see
me a
if I
spellcraft
feel
check.
like these are spells that I might know, or if they're 29.
You would have heard by this point in your career of the spell Log of Everburning, and this seems
Yeah.
to check it out with it. As you examine the log more closely with the spellcraft check in mind, you do notice something odd about it. The border of the log where the fire is. When you look at a burning thing, you usually have the object, and then there's like a small gap, and then like the flames really come into good view directly above that. There's like a little bit of a zone around the log that is not quite no fire, but more transparent fire. And when you look here, you notice that there's something off. You see like greens and browns in that small zone between flame and log.
And I don't believe this to be typical of that spell.
You've never seen the spell in yourself, so who knows?
Sure. Okay. Well, I'll shrug. I warm my hands one last time, then I'll turn around and follow Anton and Cyril up the stairs.
Okay. Arriving at the top room, there are...
Did the lights do the dimming effect again?
No, they
Okay.
stay on. There are 4 large windows here, bigger than the other ones, without bars across them, or with a slightly different patterning of bars so that these eyeglasses, these telescopes, can peer right through the middle of one of them. They are bolted into the walls as well. They're not removable. They're like attached in a fixture, and they can move up and down a little bit, and they can move side to side a little bit, but they're more or less each pointing out one of these windows. The fourth of the 4 windows actually has broken mortar, and the telescope, the eyepiece, or whatever you want to call it, is missing from here. But the other 3 are intact with mortar and metalware.
I guess we'll look through the other 3, and then Tyrael can use his telescope or his seeing eyeglass for the 4th.
Yeah.
The first one looks out to the west. And through the spyglass, you can see the great mountains that you were looking at. And you can see that there is a structure or a keep or a tower of some kind atop the mountain covered in snow. But when you look through this, much like you've looked through spyglasses before, and the optics of this one initially strike you as weird. When you look around with a normal spyglass, you just sort of see things magnified. This one, as you look at the tower, at the mountain, when you look down the mountain, your perspective begins to shift, and it seems to be zooming further out, or maybe the placement is different. When you look all the way towards the ground, when you tilt it all the way down, the placement is different again. I can't give you too many details, but you're getting a weird effect that it's not simply magnifying light in the way that you normally would.
Is it like
expect
scrying?
it to.
Is that how we feel like scrying is usually, or no?
No, it doesn't feel like scrying. It feels like something else entirely. The telescopes do radiate magic.
Okay.
I will allow one of you an int check to try and figure out what's going on here while I explain to you the other 2.
Who's our int?
Well,
Sorry about that.
Nick.
I know. What are you going to do, though? You can't choose your family, Stephen.
The second telescope points northward, and through it you can see a frozen town with a hill at the back of it and a keep. And this town sits right in the middle of a mountain pass, and you can see there's like a frozen river that wraps its way around the town. The river goes through the pass and beyond into some sort of snowy woods over there. The third telescope looks back to the town from whence you came, and the empty spot where the 4th one would be points east, in the direction that your Frost Ranger has said he's traveled before, and that the direction that you have not gone.
Tyrael, look with your spyglass, I guess, east. Do you see anything?
I'll take my spyglass out and I'll take a look.
Yeah, in the distance, you can see there's like a mountain range that runs sort of northeast, but mostly east by northeast. There, in the far distance, is a large town with a stone wall all the way around it.
Was the northern town
beyond.
walled?
The northern town is unwalled.
The
Was
one
the
is that the
western
one
keep
with
walled?
the keep?
Well, there's two keeps. There's a
two
keep in
keeps.
the mountains, and let's take another look at that keep in the mountain. You said it could be a keep, it could be a tower. Can we spend a bit more time trying to determine that?
Yeah, so looking to the west, to the mountains. Well, let me rephrase. You've come from the south. There seems to be a mountain range that runs from sort of like the south and up northeastward, and then a second mountain range that sort of meets it and then runs east by north. And in between these two ranges is where the river swims out. And there's a town right there, right in the gap between these two mountains. One telescope looks to that first mountain range with the tower or the keep of some kind. It's heavily caked in snow, so it's hard to tell if there's like a big wall below it or if it's like raised up on a section of rock. What's under the snow would dictate whether it's a tower or a keep.
How far away are we talking here? Is it like further than we've walked from the town?
The mountain, when you look without these magical spy glasses, the mountain and to the east and the town to the north seem to be both about the same distance. Maybe a 4-day walk if you are walking in front of your dogs, maybe like a 2.5, 3-day walk if you let the dogs go forward and clear the path for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not too far then.
That would be the base of the mountain. You still have to do the climb, of course.
What, so technically the town is closer then?
The town
Or
is
easier to
closer
get
than the
to.
top of the mountains. Definitely
Yeah.
easier to get to than the top of the mountain.
Is the
Well-
town also caked in snow?
It is caked in snow, but you can make out the shape and structures of buildings a little bit more easily. You can see that there's at the back of the town on a hill, like one of the foothills of the mountains, there is a walled keep there.
I'm gonna investigate the telescopes themselves. Is there any like markings, any names, any like this is K, this is like Y? I'm gonna be mainly looking for if it points to a city.
There is a symbol that you are unfamiliar with on each on the bottom of the window, like on the window sill, basically. And the runes are different for each one of them. It's
North, south, east,
single
west.
Frost
symbol.
Ranger.
I use the
probably.
compass. Does it line up with north, south, east, west?
Yeah, more or less.
You know, when we were in the town and we saw the gate we went through, it said Saladin right out that gate.
Correct.
Yeah. Do I feel like where the mountain is, I could have gone through one of the other gates to get there, and the gate we went through leads more towards the town, or could the gate we went through lead to both the tower and the town? Like, I'm trying to work out which one might be Saladin.
The gate you left through went northeast. I'm sorry, northwest. The mountain is west of you. The town is north of you. So the road sort of went between the two of them, and then you lost the road pretty quickly. So
Okay. My last.
We
go
need
another
to go
direction.
to Saladin Keep. I say
Well-
that we go west to the keep.
Anton, did you not say that Velthara said keep Saladin, not Saladin keep? Keep Saladin to me sounds more like a keep on its own in the mountains, whereas
Can I
Saladin
throw up a
keep sounds
wisdom
more
check?
like
Koibu?
a keep in a town called
Because I,
Saladin.
out of character, don't remember. But I
Oh,
think Anton
man.
would absolutely remember what she said.
You know, I out of character don't remember the exact phrasing that I
Well,
used.
I wrote it down. I remember
You wrote
noting
it
that it was a
down.
weird way to say it. Keep Saladin rather than Saladin keep. So I kind of agree with you more that maybe it's the mountain.
Yeah, I say we go to the mountain.
But the mountain's harder to get to. We could check the town first.
We're here for
Getting the
magical
dogs
items.
up the mountain is going to be tough. Getting the sleds up the mountain might be impossible.
We're here for magical items, and the Frost Rangers usually find magnificent magical items in bumfuck towns, so I'm cool with either.
I say let's go to the town first. It's easier. In an ideal world, we'd get to check both anyway.
But keep in mind, as we're here, days are ticking. Scoria could literally have killed Mom by now.
hope
says
you're wrong
it's
about
like
How
that.
far is the town from the mountain keep?
4 days. Oh, I don't know that.
They're,
much.
They're
both
both
about
about 2 or
4
3 days
days
away.
from you.
Mhm.
So with a little bit of triangulation, about 4 days the other way too, ish.
Okay. We should go to the mountain, I think. No?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think we should go
shit.
to the mountain first, get the stuff, and then
Mhm.
if it's not there, then we have another spot. I just
We
don't want
can't.
to
We
get
won't
greedy on
get to that. We won't get to that keep with our group.
Well, I mean, we can make a
Someone's
base
gonna have
camp at the base of the mountain and then climb
Yeah.
and then come back every day, no?
Well, yeah,
The
that's
rest
what
of
we'll
them
have to
are-
do. Yeah.
pretty useless anyways.
How confident are we in our ability to climb a mountain?
Tyrael is confident in his ability to do a multi-day climb to the top of the mountain.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Hero can definitely do it, and then he can position ropes for us to like get up. Probably.
It's a tall mountain. I don't know if Tyrael's going to be able to carry enough rope to, like, if he wants to position ropes for you, it's going to probably be like a week of climbing with a rope and then dropping it down and then bringing more rope up. Like, that's going to be a long process if he wants to do that.
Well, maybe there's a mountain pass up. I mean, there has to be a way for people to get up there, right? We can use the
Presumably.
Ring of Truth thing, maybe. I don't know. Let's...
It might not be from. Might take a while to find the path though. Could be on the other side of the mountain range for all we know.
Worst case, Tyrael can definitely climb it and position ropes. I know it'll take a long time, but
Worst case, I could cast fly on us in the morning, and we could sort of climb up the rope using the fly spell, and that way, if it were to cancel for any unforeseen
Anton
reason,
Pat's his magical shield. We'd probably levitate down at that point if the fly spell got canceled.
Hopefully the shield doesn't get
Perhaps.
cancelled.
I think we should keep one hand on the rope either way. Maybe let Tyrael climb up himself, and then we can follow with the spell.
The issue was that he would need to make the long journey anyways with the rope, right? He can't carry
Yeah.
enough rope yet. Well,
Yeah.
no use talking about this. Let's talk about it on our way there.
As we descend through the tower, I want to go back to that fire, and I'm just going to draw my sword, and I want to knock the log of ever burning to the side in the fire pit and see if there's anything underneath it.
You bat it around a little bit. The room, as you're approaching the fire, gets a little cold and the lights dim again. You knock the log around with your sword, and underneath it is just a metal grate upon which it sits, like a little raised platform, as if you would burn logs and let the ash
The
fall
log
under.
still burn?
The log still burns.
Why don't we
Yeah.
just take it with us or something?
It's on fire.
I mean, you could stick a sword through it, right? Probably burn it.
Go and get Jack then. Get him to do it. I'm not carrying around a burning log.
Carrying a burning log is
Incredibly
Not-
stupid.
functional. I'm just going to go ahead and say you cannot carry a burning log without a lot of preparation, and it's going to slow down the party by like 50%.
Don't tell the chosen of Valthara what he can and cannot do. Who are you?
I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying it will slow the party's movement rate by 50% if someone has to carry a burning log.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
We'll go. You could always put a log on a pan, but it's fine.
So as we get
You
out
could
of
drag
the
it
tower,
behind you, but then, if something happens and it bumps off, the person's
We
going to
leave
slowly
your
fall behind.
magical
You know.
log, Koibu.
keep your log, Neil. We don't want it.
Yeah, keep your log.
As we get down, I will point to the mountains and say, there was telescopes at the top of the tower. We've spied a keep in the mountains to the west. That's where we're going now. Keep your wits about you.
Okay. It is going to be a 4-day journey.
Are we
mountains
marking
to the
HP
west.
recovery? Because I think a couple people were hurt.
One day. Yeah, one a day.
Okay.
I would just like to
it is
say that-
only one a day for, I think, 4 people that are under the care of a trained healer. The rest of
Oh,
you
that's
are traveling and are under strenuous conditions and cannot heal.
Can you
So you
bring
have
us
to
back
pick-
to the tab
Yeah.
with the people who are wounded? I think only 1 or 2 people are wounded.
Yeah.
Just before we leave this log of magical heat, do you guys not think it's worth to bring it, just in case?
No, I don't.
It's a fairly
Okay.
common spell.
Do you have the spell?
I don't, but I
I'm
never
just afraid
saw-
that because he
I
talked
never
about
saw
cold,
fit to learn it.
All right, it's fine.
It's certainly cold, but I think it's.
All right, we're
not
gonna
what we can
let
handle.
It's also a cleric spell, so
Jack heal.
Don't let that get in the way.
I don't know if we
Probably
even have.
Monten and Neil.
Teresa needs to heal. She's 10 down. Teresa and
Okay.
Montem, at least.
Jack, Montum, Neil, and Teresa.
I'm sorry,
So
6
4 people.
patients can be cared for at a time.
Oh,
Not 4.
everybody can be healed then.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone gets 1 HP.
Yep.
Are you doing it, Neil, or should we?
No, you guys please do that.
Do you want to do it, Nick, or do you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. And we set off.
You're gonna go day by day, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
we'll
good.
go, interesting thing by interesting thing, which for our purposes will be day by day for now.
Perfect.
Um,
Just let us know when to add HP because it's important.
Yeah. Let's see. I think you got to this tower sort of late in the day. Your Frost Ranger asks if you want to rest here because there's shelter, or if you want to try and get a head start and get a few extra miles.
What's the morale of the group looking like?
Better be good. Or else.
Well, you had ice trolls earlier today, but you overcame them fairly easily. You got to a mysterious tower that only the three of you entered. The group is curious about what's going on here, but morale's still pretty high. They'll follow your lead.
The only thing, I'll pull the brothers and the Frost Ranger aside. The only thing I worry about staying in here is that the doors themselves close. I think we just set up camp or on our own.
Okay. You move away
Back at
from the tower.
Yeah, okay.
A few hours later, you make camp.
Well-
the next day,
Oh, wait, was there a benefit to
We can have a
camping
conversation.
inside, or like are we getting like better rest or something, or a morale boost?
it would
It's
be
not even warmer inside. That's the issue.
Yeah.
A
It's
defensive
an
structure in case
intangible.
you're
Yeah,
a
okay.
defensive structure in case you're attacked. There is a log of ever burning that is a little bit warmer than the other area. I don't know. There's light.
We'll keep going.
Nah.
Yeah.
Keep your log.
The next day, you set your watches, you make your tents. By the time morning dawns on you all, the weather outside is misty. Like a heavy mist reduces your vision to maybe a couple hundred yards at most, or 100 yards at most. You were headed in the direction of the mountains, but beyond your camp right now, it is just endless gray in all directions. You can't see the mountains, you can't see the tower, you can't see the town.
I hand Tyrael his Ring of True Sight back. I probably would have done this the night before.
So the
Well,
Ring of
either
True
I
Sight
could
won't
use
help
this-
through weather conditions. It doesn't X-ray, and if there's like
Well,
mist or something, I don't know how we're treating that. But like if there was like a wall in front of me or like snow, I can't see through snow
You
with
can't
it.
see through it. Yeah.
Right.
I,
So you're not
uh,
going to be able
I
to see
checked-
through mist unless it's
Unless
an
it's magical
illusion.
mist. Yeah.
I just wanted to
I-
hand him his ring back too.
I
Yeah,
checked the
okay.
compass when we were at the top of the tower, so I should be able to follow the compass to
True.
more or less where the keep is.
Yeah. You'll notice the compass has like a little bit of a sway in it, but it does give you a generalized angle, and you can make your way generally westward.
Okay. Keep your wits about you, and I'll put all of our big guys on guard on the outside of the formation.
Like the days before, in the morning I'm casting Stone Skin
On all
on
three
the
of us.
three of us, and then I'm casting Prying Eyes and Ultravision on myself. And having the eyes just circle around me to report back anything.
Has Anton's tiara been going on and off, or is it always off?
The tiara has not changed.
Oh, good.
The
Anton's not
TR?
going crazy. The tiara, the 18
Oh,
Wisdom.
they
Crown. The circlet.
Do I feel like Velthar has eyes on me at all? I don't know how that.
No,
feels in
you do not feel her anywhere. She
Okay.
is. You are alone for the first time in a long, long time.
Do you remember that note that I sent you when I was on a flight, Koibu? A long time ago. Anton will probably write that now.
Mm,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He's going to write that now when he doesn't feel like Velthar is watching him.
Oh shit. It's the first time you can jack off without feeling watched.
Oh no.
Nick,
He
you
might not like
cast
that, you know?
3 stone skins, a prying eyes, and a
Ultravision.
right. When you cast prying eyes, the spell fizzles.
Okay.
You sort of like actually, the eyes sort of summon and then drop to the ground and remain there. Like you could pick them up and handle them, and they exist,
Can he
but
see
they're
through
just
them?
sort of dead. No, he can't see through them. He can't recall their vision. They're just dead on the ground.
Usually, if they take enough damage, if they take a point of damage, they like disappear. So I will try like
Right.
skewering one with a dagger and seeing if it
It does not disappear.
does it. That's weird. Is it like a tangible eye?
Yeah, you can pick it up and handle it and hold it.
Take it home. That shit might work later.
Think fast. Yeah, think fast. I throw one at Tyrell.
Ugh.
3 eyes. Plenty more where that came from.
We're not fucking around, Emmerich.
Let's keep walking. I don't know
Anton
what
will
happens to my
pocket
spell.
one of his. He'll pocket one of the eyes.
Excellent.
This didn't just fail. It's been warped in some way. It makes me nervous about all the spells.
Our stone skins, are we looking stony? We're looking stone?
Yeah, you guys are super stony. You march through the day, and as you take a rest partway through your day, you notice that someone's missing. You do a head count and look about, and one person is gone.
Who is it?
It's Neil. Neil is
Not
nowhere to be
Neil!
found.
Neil!
Wait, this was during when we were sleeping, like when we wake up the next morning we check.
No,
or
this
just
is during the day. Like you're marching, and you've got the dogs, and you've got the whole line of people out marching through the mist. And then when you go to take a rest at some point, because everyone's trudging, you look around, you do a head count. The head count comes back wrong, and someone goes through and checks individually, and you see that one person of the party is just not with the party.
I imagine that as we're marching, there must be like people that keep eyes on each other. Who are the last
Yeah.
people to be marching near Neil? When do they
That's
see
the
him
thing,
last?
that no one likes to talk to Neil, do they? He's weird.
So this is the marching order that we had established earlier. Whoops. Neil was in the back with
He's with me. Yeah.
Imric
He's with fucking Teresa.
and Teresa and
Oh,
Paula.
shit.
Well, when did any of them see Neil last?
Okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll tell. Paula, Teresa, you guys seen Neil?
They shake their head. No, we've been.
He was with us this morning, right?
Yeah.
You've both been with each other all day?
Well, we've been marching alongside you at the back of the wagon trail.
So
Remember,
have I
we
seen
need to
Neil?
find
Quiet
him.
day. No. It's it's a
Right.
long hike through the snow and the mist, and people are there's a lot of people around. Vision's kind of bad. At some point, you're just alone with your thoughts as you trudge, and you look up, and when you finally do try and do a head count, someone is not with the party. Someone has gotten lost.
Anton is pissed because that guy has blue dragon armor, I'm pretty sure.
I'll start.
green dragon armor.
I'll give a shout
We need to
behind
find
it. I'll
this
shout
guy.
for Neil. You said it was misty. Is it windy? Does my voice carry far? Or?
Well,
It is not windy at all. Your voice
I
can
brought a horn.
carry if you want it to.
We
I
brought a
brought a
horn and a
horn.
few whistles, yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll start going.
Blow the horn.
Blow the horn.
Okay. The
I
horn
ass-
echoes out across the snow everywhere.
I assume everybody has a whistle, right? If we listen,
Yeah.
we hear him.
Do you want me to do a check noise, maybe for super hearing?
Yeah.
You don't need that. If you had a whistle that was in range, you'd be able to hear it. There would be a small zone where you might not be able, where only you would be able to. But the horns blow, and the party waits, and there's no response from whistles. You've been hiking for about half the day now through the snow. There's no idea. There's no knowing if he disappeared at the very start or if he disappeared 5 minutes ago. If he's just back, 20 feet taking a shit.
We need to implement a buddy system, Himrick, and Teresa's gonna be my buddy. There's a lot of weird shit going on with her.
Alright, I'll take Paula. Yeah, I will
Ariel
reach
gets
into my
everybody
bag.
else.
Well, I imagine
no,
we'll
we're
all
gonna-
buddy system off. Everybody.
We'll
in the
all
group.
we'll all
Yeah.
have like two. So do you want me to do the quick buddy system then?
I
You can pretty much go down the line. Like Tyrell, Hans, Montum, Vash. Vega can be in one of those groups.
And what is the buddy system? Tell me. Give me more information about it.
I think now we'll agree on this. I think people should be like 2 by 2. So everybody should have like a partner that they look after and are like next to.
So everyone has to check up on their partner.
Not just check up, they walk like next to that partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Side by side. The whole way through.
I take
pretty
out my crystal ball and will attempt to scry on Neil.
Oh god. Give us a
Um,
good
Failing that, I will try and scry on the armor that we gave him the sword that we gave him.
Based.
Should have a pretty good chance of getting this guy. He's my personal knight.
Nice.
We played peasants and pitchforks together for many years.
Oh wait.
The scrying attempt fails on Neil. The sword, the shield, none of
The
them
crystal ball
succeed.
not working, or am I just failing my roll?
Everything you try and scry on seems to fail. So the crystal ball might just be fizzling right now.
Well, we're gonna blow the horn every hour, and we'll wait here until hopefully Neil finds us. He couldn't have gotten too far off. As long
Yeah,
as
if this is the end of the night, we can make camp here.
No, this is the middle of the day.
it's okay if
Well-
it's the middle of the day. We'll still sit and wait.
Yeah,
we can't go
we
too
make
much
camp.
farther.
Okay.
Imric,
sit-
I'm gonna give you Lord Khan, and I'm gonna bring Teresa up to my party.
Okay.
Chill.
Okay, so go ahead and rearrange your peoples.
Teresa's now Anton's good buddy.
Okay.
Clerics stick together, you know.
Yeah.
Teresa clearly isn't too happy about this exchange. She eyes you with a bit of suspicion.
I
and
tell her that
concern.
we need her up here to take care of Jack the most. Jack's the most wounded and one of the most useful. I thought you'd be better up here in this part of the sled troop.
She accepts that.
Of course she
She'll,
does.
although she will suggest maybe you have Brain Gang as your partner, and she'll partner with Jack if he needs that much attention.
I think as clerics, you know, we have a deeper bond. And seeing as our deities are away, maybe we can comfort each other. I can share you some knowledge. You can share me.
Jesus.
He gives a
Christ.
charisma check.
She silently accepts the arrangement. You are one of the
Yeah.
leaders
Well, hold
here.
on. I'm gonna give you some good ass charisma check. Now Anton only has 6 charisma.
Does she accept it, or does she accept it?
He fucks it
Okay.
up, of course.
It's the former.
Nice.
She begrudgingly goes along with the plan. But the two of you had some tense moments a few days ago. And she
We were
doesn't
pretty
exactly
chill.
trust you.
I convinced her of the spirit thing. At least I feel like I did. But yeah.
You did convince her of the spirit thing, but that doesn't mean, there's still a little bit of tension.
It's all
She'll
right.
follow along.
If she does
Should we-
any dumb shit now, Anton's got her, so we're good.
Hmm.
Sorry, Nick, your guy's dead.
Well, if Neil doesn't come back, someone needs to transfer from the front group to the back group so we can maintain the buddy system. Because right now there's 5 at the front and 3 at the back.
Yeah. You make camp for the day, blow the horns,
Yeah.
and by nightfall, Neil has not returned. The mist pervades everything.
Why's it got to be my night, Neil? All right. Well, we can't wait another day.
Which one of your men do you want to send to the back? Imric needs another.
I shake my head. I think we're gonna backtrack for a day and look for him. I don't think we can leave someone behind. There's no reason we didn't get into a fight or anything. I think we're
agree.
gonna.
He shouldn't be that far back, so. We'll backtrack, but we all understand that the guy is probably dead, right? We're just picking up armor.
Maybe he might not be dead.
We can follow our tracks pretty easily, right, Neil? There's no wind. It's fresh snow.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow your tracks for a little while.
Would we have really waited the whole day, or would we have made this decision to backtrack? Like
We would have waited for,
afterwards?
I'd say, about 2 or 3 hours. We'd blow the horn like once every 30 minutes or whatever. And then if he hasn't found us in a few hours, we'd probably start backtracking.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it was
Because I think that's
middle of
pretty
the
important.
It was middle of the day when you stopped to rest, so 3 or 4 hours later sort of brings you to the end of the marching day. A little bit, you could go, but you'd only have 2 hours before sundown.
Well, let's
You
go
could
for that
leave
2 hours,
early.
actually.
Yeah, I think we do it, yeah.
Okay. You turn the party around and head back in the other direction.
Anton with a new buddy. Who from the front went to the back now? I think Imric needs one other person.
Well, just so we're trying to maintain the...
The buddy system.
Yeah,
I
so
haven't
is it
got a
like-
knight back here, so just give me Vash. Oh, no, I do. I've got Capola.
Yeah, you go.
yeah, whatever you want to do is probably fine.
Take wherever you want.
We're probably fine right now. I don't know if we need to change around people yet, right?
Well, if we're just trying to maintain everyone being buddied up, I think it does make sense.
So everyone's
yeah, go for it.
marching directly next to another person
Yeah.
now. Okay. This mildly awkward way of marching will slow people down just a little bit. Not a ton, but just a wee bit. It's fine.
It'll
How
stop
is this
people from
that
getting
awkward?
fucking lost. This
Well,
is probably
because
how
when
you
you
read
have
March.
to walk pace with someone, it does slow down the natural pacing of people. If your partner needs to catch breath, now you need to catch breath. If your partner stumbles, you wait for them.
Well, we have to
rather
do
than,
this
like,
anyway
having
because we're all
everybody-
marching together regardless, right?
How do you want to say?
fine.
We're
When
fine.
two
We're being a
cars
bit
have
more
to follow
stringent,
each other
so-
at the exact same distance and pace, there's a little bit more organization that comes along with it, and so everyone sort of meets each other a little bit more easily. If you allow people to move back and forth as they will, you can maintain a slightly higher pace of movement. The more organization you have, the more slowly you move. Generally speaking, on all topics, not just like physical movement, but
Okay.
also like social
We backtrack
progress.
for 2 hours.
Blowing the
This
horn as we're
time,
moving and everything.
Probably blowing the horn, going maybe a little bit slower to keep an eye out.
As you backtrack, Tyrael, you've mentioned before that you frequently check in with your hammer, sort of like instinctively tap it every now and then. And on the way back, your hammer says, I feel a dragon nearby.
Shit.
I think it flickers in and out of noticing.
I'll nod,
maybe-
but I'll keep it to myself and I'll just tell him to let me know if it feels like it's getting any closer or if it's traveling.
Half an hour later, the hammer does report to you. Yeah, I'm certain of it. There's a dragon, or a small dragon, or two small dragons. Maybe a medium one, or three. But there's something. It's
How
coming
far?
closer.
How far?
Less than a mile by now.
Okay, I'll tell everybody to stop and I'll call up Anton and Emmerich back up to
Yeah.
now.
And with
Anton
the-
brings his buddy with him.
Yeah, our party is stretched over a pretty good area, almost 100 yards front to back. So when you stop, the dogs behind you stop. Like the whole train sort of stops, and then you call back. And Anton, bring your buddy up to the front.
Yeah, me and my buddy come up to the front. Do you need exact positioning?
Yeah,
I'm on a MacBook.
there's no reason not to. Oh, you've got your Here, I'll just drag the two of you pretty close, and then I'll let
Yeah,
you
that's perfect.
adjust further.
Thank you.
Okay. The party gathered together, two in the middle, two in the back. Frost Ranger on the cart.
I'll tell
up,
Emmerich and
Tyrael?
Anton. I'll look at him and I'll say there's a dragon nearby. Maybe two, maybe one medium one, maybe two small ones, but my hammer's picking something up and it seems like it's moving towards us. It's within a
Anton
mile.
immediately looks to Teresa's face. Anything?
Nothing. The
dragon-
hammer equipped to you three medium ones.
Can it tell the type? Is it flying? Is it above us? Is it below us? I asked because you
multiple
should be able to
readings.
tell the difference. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Hammer seems to be pretty
Yeah.
confused in the environment, but there's definitely something coming, so we should probably prepare for a fight.
If we kill them in the field, we'll never find what treasure they have. If we can wound one and cause it to retreat to its lair, we could follow it. Who knows what kind of treasures a dragon in a place like this would have collected. We shouldn't lose this opportunity.
I nod, I shake my head. Say if we
It's
have
definitely four young ones.
if we have the opportunity to, maybe, but I think our goal right now is to Stone Keep. We shouldn't get too sidetracked by this. Who knows how long we could be searching for a dragon's lair out here.
Anton will round, I guess, everybody up in a formation. Which way are they coming? Northeast,
They're-
southwest?
They're some from the north, some from the south. I think there's many of them, and they're around us.
I look around. Do I see any dragons?
It's misty. You know, you can't see more than like 100 feet. Especially something white. If it's a white dragon,
This is the next day, right? So does my prying eyes spell, is that active or did it
this
fail
is
again?
the same day that the prying eye
It's the
spell
same day.
failed. Yeah.
Can we bury the carts, or is that not possible? Like just put a bunch of snow over them for a little bit? Will they be easy to retrieve, or?
You can start. Yeah, you can grab some shovels and begin to cover the carts in snow. You'll have to uncover them, and it'll take a while, but that's not impossible.
Sure. Okay. I'll
We're
order
gonna be
everybody.
camping here anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I'll order everybody to start to bear the carts and then prepare for fighting.
All
So
right.
A few
So
people. Will
why
start
don't
now.
you spread your people out so we can see who's working on what carts and where everyone is. When it comes to battle, positioning is going to be important.
Wait, hold on. This is my 1,000,000,000,000,000,000% to be understood. I do not want to be fighting near these carts when dragons show up. That's my goal. So if the dragon's like, oh, they're here, I don't want us to all be around the carts. Like, oh, breath weapon just destroyed all of our carts. I'm trying to get the carts removed from combat. So if I feel like they're quickly approaching us something, or if I feel like they're within, like
Or
1,000
move.
feet, then we're moving away from the carts, whatever the progress we made on them, and preparing to fight. But not like standing on the cart, like, hey, come ruin our whole.
So he said they're a
adventure.
mile away and they're coming quickly.
Yeah.
Less than a mile.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I-
we just need to move away from the carts. And
Okay,
not fuck
then
with
we can do that as well. We can just pull the carts off the road, put them in a ditch basically, and then we can.
I mean, there's no road. It's open. It's open snow everywhere.
Okay.
You're
Well,
forging your own path.
We're
We
standing
move-
a bit away from the
yeah.
carts, or in front of
them.
them.
Stand along
Yeah.
on the cart.
Yeah, and split up a little bit, right? I like command my people to split up. I'm gonna, if someone's in the center, I want to sort of form like a bit of a ring with the range characters around the center.
Who goes back to grab the people from the mid and the back section?
We should
I
be
will
able to
do
call
that
them
then.
forward, right?
Yeah, well,
You'll
I'll
do
run
that?
back and grab them if I have to.
Yeah, and what are you going to do with the wagon drivers, the sled drivers that aren't combat people?
I think they take the dogs and try and, stay out of the fight.
Okay. So you're going to separate the combatants from the wagon drivers and the dogs.
Yes, I think so
Okay.
at least. Why am I still running back or something?
Yeah.
It's telling me.
So
Okay.
you grab your people and you move off away from the carts, but you don't get them all. As you are, who was it? It was Brangang was partnered with Jack. No, who was in the very, very back? It was Teresa. No, Pola
Teresa Gama.
and
It was Polar and
Vash.
no, I was with
No, it
Vash.
would have been Pola and Lord
Polar
Kron.
and Lord Khan, and then me
Excellent.
and Vash. Yeah.
So you're getting Pola and Lord Khan. Where did Pola go? Up here. You are on your way to get Pola and Lord Khan from the very back when things go down. They're over here waiting for your answers or for you to come back, and you're trudging up to them to explain what's happening. The other two, Jack and Brangang, are on their way forward while the wagon drivers grab the dogs and begin to untangle them. It takes a little while to untangle the dogs, but the front ones are moving off in this direction. The Frost Ranger is going with them. Brangang and Jack are headed forward. The rest of you have sort of spread out like this, and that is when the dragons appear. Smaller than previously thought. Hatchlings, really, only. There's not that many of them, only 5, but this is when they strike. The other side
I think.
of our break.
Oh, okay.
Only 5.
Okay.
Only 5. What's 5 dragons? Neil, I think Ultravision helps against fog, so probably mist as well. So maybe I might get a glimpse of them ahead of other people.
No, it sees perfectly in darkness, starlight, or moonlight.
Perfect.
But you just can't listen to people who post. This guy posted what looked like a copy and paste from the spell description, so I apologize for that.
Magic, darkness, fog is less effective than normal against a creature
Oh, there
using
you go.
normal
Yeah.
ultravision, but it's only less effective. It's still, somewhat effective. But you can't trust these fuckers.
Oh, well, he's right, though. That is the bit he copied. But do you think it's saying magical fog is less effective, or magic?
Oh, yeah. Magical, darkness, fog, or smoke is
Yeah,
less
so
effective.
yeah, okay.
Do we want to take our break here? Since Lucas just
Yeah, yeah.
And then we're at it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were already doing it.
I thought we were already there.
Oh, sorry. Fuck. Just kidding.
At least 10 feet in any kind of vaporous. Hello, everybody, and welcome back
Hello.
to Tombs of Scoria. As the party gets into position, the dragons appear. They glide in on silent wings, difficult to see at all until they open with their breath weapons. Now, the party is spread. We've got a lot of different things happening over a wide area, so I'm going to drag us around as the first of the dragons appears on the south side over here. It drops at a range of, what is this? Like 100 feet almost from Imric. And as Imric is telling Pola and Lord Khan what's going on, you see the dragon in the distance sort of come to a land Your eyes go wide. Polo and Lord Khan turn to see what the hell is going on. As this tiny dragon, look how small it is. It's like the size of a
Tiny.
really big dog or like a small pony or something like that. Opens up with a gentle breath weapon.
Wait, is it winning initiative? Is this a surprise? I don't think it should be. It should get initiative.
Yes. It lands on silent wings and opens up with a breath weapon. It is able to see in the fog, or seemingly see in the fog when you could not see it approach.
Okay.
And it will do this. Will you roll me saving throws versus breath weapon for the 3 of them, or take?
Okay, so first one's for me, then for Lord Khan, then for Polar. So Lord Khan's failing, and me and Polar are passing.
Right. It is a hatchling white dragon that breathes for 3 damage as the small creature covers you all in frost. Coming up halfway across the table, we have another dragon opening up on Brangang and Jack. Who is controlling them? Please make saving throws versus breath weapon, please.
What? These are mutants, right?
Yeah, let Anton do those 2, and then him and Teresa, and then Destiny, you can do all the stuff at the top.
I'm on a little shitty MacBook, so give me a minute.
And this dragon will also breathe for 3 on them.
2 successes. So they take half? So they take 1?
Yes, they will take 1.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
All right, over near to the dogs on the side, we have 2 dragons that show up for near the nearly unprotected dogs and Ranger, and will open on them all.
Not the dogs now.
With them is also a sled. No, actually, this is the sled driver of them. There's this one. And this will do 1d6 plus 1 for the bottom one, 1d6 1 for the top one. Ooh, lots of damage. Someone make me a saving throw versus breath weapon for the... Actually, that's me. I'm the Frost Ranger. 0 successes. They will take 12 damage. And Nick, you want to roll me
You should have
8
plus 1
saves
armor.
for the dogs?
He has like plus 1 armor, right, Koibu? So he gets a save on that?
Oh, you are
Almost
right.
certainly,
Yes, yes, he does. It'll take half. Actually, he should roll 2 saves anyway. He'll take half from the first, full from the second. So 2 and 7 is 9.
The dogs are level 2, right? So their save should be versus breath weapon 17. So I think I get 2 passes, 6 fails.
Excellent. And dog HP is 2d8?
2d8.
These are
So,
sled
for the-
dogs, not war dogs, but sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll them. So I'll do the 6 fails first for that HP. So
Okay.
dead, dead.
3,
Dead,
4,
dead.
5, 6.
Okay, and then
Ugh.
the two that saved might be alive. They take 2 and 3. So yeah, they take 5 damage. So they're both still alive.
Okay. So the dogs up front, we're just going to sort of mark them off.
This means war, by the way, Neil.
Also near the dogs, another beast lands and opens up on Vash, Vega, and Montem. Can I get saves for them, please? Or take.
Probably fail, pass.
Yep.
So Montem passes then, since you said his name last, Neil.
Oh.
Sure.
That is what that was the order that he said it.
He did, yeah.
How much?
Back that logic.
How much damage then? 7, 7, and 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. We should roll for initiative now. The dragons have landed, they got off their surprise attack, and now the combat begins in earnest. And I will remove the breath weapons from the map.
We're doing group initiative, right?
Yes. Each person has a group with them.
It's just D10.
D10.
Easy.
And I will do the dragons in groups as well for the zones that they're fighting in.
Okay, I'm not gonna rage too much at you, even though I absolutely don't think these dragons
yeah.
should be able to sneak up on me. But I will try to argue for a +2 to our initiative, since I did have my hammer and I knew that they were coming and I know the range. I think we could get a +2 initiative on at least my group up top, or -2 on our initiative.
I will say the group up top can get a bonus of 2, which is actually a -2.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, no. And the dragons, the detection on the dragons was not good enough to know exact distances as normal.
Okay. For the group, do we
Yeah.
just roll 1d10s or?
Yeah, 1d10 for your people up top. Mouton, you're gonna do Teresa and also Brangang and Jack, right?
Yep, that's
Cool.
correct.
All right, I had a 5 then. All right, just roll it again. I got a 5.
That's fine.
Do you want me to start
And-
going then?
Nick, give me your initiative.
I got a 4.
Oh, you got a 4. Okay, perfect. Yes, Anton, go for it.
Jack and Brain Gang should be able to close this distance.
Yeah, you're gonna move at third speed through the snow, so 30 feet is enough.
There's
Jack is a
70
dwarf
feet
though.
away.
Yeah. Jack can do a full. Ooh, the dogs are in the way. Is this enough of a charge? Give me a strength check for Jack to see if he can do a charge through the snow. He's got 19 strength. He should be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Ooh.
problem. Easy peasy. The
And we get an
dwarf,
attack off.
snow up to his waist, trudges, pushes it out of his way, and approaches the hatchling white dragon. Go ahead and make his attack.
Jack is going to throw 2 attack downs. He has one with a war hammer and one with a battle axe.
They
it
will
looking?
both land on the dragon, neither of them clearing by 10.
16
Oh.
and 16.
Max damage on both. And in a heartbeat, the dragon's head is caved in, and its neck is lopped off. And it
Good job,
dies
Jack.
on the spot.
Brain Gang is a shooter with arrows. So he's going to pull out his bow. I guess get to whatever the good range is.
Yeah, he'll have to reposition so he has line of sight or something. And that's good
Perfect.
enough.
If
And
he,
then-
no, he's probably a specialist, is he? So it doesn't matter.
I don't remember. But here we go.
Yeah, he's got missile weapon style.
Yeah, so he gets both his attacks.
Do you want me to do him now or at the one now and one at the end?
3 attacks.
Just do one right now, and then we'll do the others at the end. He could die in the meantime.
7 if 14 hits.
14 is a miss. It'll slam into the dragon's scales and fall off to the side. And that is probably about the longest range you're going to be able to do here because of the dimness of the vision. The people in the front can't see the people in the back, and vice versa.
Anton is can he clear that distance
Ooh.
with the charge?
I'm going to need a strength check from you to do this.
Okay.
Big rolls.
Anton's pretty sorry. Just takes a second.
Yeah. You can push through the weight of the snow.
2 attacks. So here's the Spear of Rahana. 23.
Hits.
Here's Bloodsinger, which crits on a 16, so that crits.
That crits. That
This is
the wolf
Bloodsinger
multi-crit.
first. I don't know how many you want.
I
3?
want 3 total, yeah.
Okay.
So 12 plus 5 plus 4, 12 and 9 is 21.
And that's just for Bloodsinger, or did you want
That's-
3 in total?
The Spear of Rohana is just a regular hit.
Yeah, but
There
wait,
you
it
go,
does triple damages against dragons.
Oh.
Oh, right,
Out of
right.
control.
So then,
So you need
Yeah,
to do
so it
that
would be-
twice.
yeah, the dragon dies. So you hit him with
dragon
Bloodsinger. The spear rips into the dragon and back out of it. And as it does so, the whole spear begins to shake with excitement. It doesn't really say anything to you, but you get this intrinsic feeling, like
It's
coursing through your hand, that the spear is hyped. The spear is ready. The spear is turned on. Let's do it.
And is Teresa okay to follow? I mean, I would assume that she would.
Yeah, she'll need a strength check as well. I think she's following alongside you.
I'll throw that up. Someone can go next, and I'll.
Yeah, the dragons will go next. So she will slowly. She'll get to you, following in your wake, but won't be able to make any actions.
Good.
The next one to go is the one that did breathe on Jack and Brain Gang. And now, seeing that they're distracted with other things, the dragon will turn towards its desires. It hops over here and will make some attacks against a dog. It'll start with a claw, which will easily crit a dog, multi-crit actually. Right? Dog doesn't have higher than 13 AC.
Oh, yeah, they've got 14.
Dogs have 14 AC?
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're trolling.
Dead anyway.
No, they do. They do.
All right.
AC in
will you
D&D
roll
is also
me-
a measure of like dexterity, right? So maybe because they're small,
Yeah.
they're hard to hit or something.
Yeah. It is being unleashed from the others, so I would guess the dog's got some flexibility here. It'll take 5 damage. Roll me that dog's HP, Nick. From the
Yes,
first claw.
it lives.
Oh, okay. Then the dragon does have to waste a second claw attack on it, sadly.
Leave the dogs alone.
Misses
Miss.
with the second claw and will get it with a bite. But then the dragon will, for those of you that can see, or when you turn around to see it, the dragon picks up the dog and then just begins to move in the other direction. Like, it's got its food, it's leaving. At the very bottom of the map, this dragon has opened with its frost. It sees the three of you. And it's going to go for Lord Khan. It gives like a leap, flaps its wings, kind of like jumps over the snow with some effort, effortlessly, I should say, actually, and then lands near Lord Khan with a claw, and a bite. 19, 18, and 6.
His
Those
AC is 18, so
2 successful claw attacks.
yeah.
We only needed 2 dog packs, Steve. We brought the third as just in case.
Yeah.
12 damage to Lord Khan.
Okay.
And then next up is this one over here. Now it too was going for the dogs, and so that's what it's gonna do. It will pop in, grab a dog in its grab one of the dead dogs in its jaws, and then pop out and begin to take off with it, leaving Imric down at the bottom with his group.
All right, Apollo's gonna come and attack this dragon here first. Can she come around for a rear attack or?
The dragon will Yeah, that's fine. The tail's up, slashing in her, but she's fine to get behind it.
All right, she gets 1 attack. She rolls a 27.
That will clear by 10. That will crit once.
2d8 plus 2 plus 7.
First large
for-
should be 2d12.
Oh yeah.
No, these are small creatures.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so 20 damage.
Sweet Jesus.
Uh,
Almost slaying the dragon, driving her
and then-
arming sword through its scales.
Lord Khan will cast magic missile on it.
He would have had his spell interrupted by being damaged. So
Okay,
fizzles.
he disengages.
Yeah, spell fizzles. He can back up.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
Yep, which means the dragon doesn't follow because it'll provoke the attack and it'll turn to Paula.
Okay, my go. I will take a few steps this way, and I'm going to shoot this dragon that's just killed one of the dogs here. Back attack, Neil, would you say?
Yeah.
I would say that's a back attack, yeah. So I will roll a 30.
Which clears its 16 AC by quite a lot. By 10, so you single crit, but then your weapons do triple damage to
damage.
dragons.
Yeah, so
It'll be
I will
6
do
times damage dice.
27 damage.
Not enough to kill it, but enough to badly wound it.
Was it in the air?
No, it is hopping
Okay.
along the ground.
Alright, well, I've got 2 more shots at the end of the round.
Wait, I thought you said that dog picked up the dog and was like flying to go away.
It grabbed the dog and was taking off, but it was like sort of scampering away until it had room to fully leap into the air. But it ended its turn, like it landed.
Yeah.
You know, the combat is.
I just want to make sure it's grounded now. It can't leave.
It is, yes. Vash and all of them at the top.
That's Steven's
Okay.
boys.
Yeah. I am going to do a charging attack with my cloak at this dragon here. I think I can make it.
Yeah. Your cloak gives you extra speed.
3x.
I'm still gonna need you to give me a strength check like the others to push through the snow.
You should have a free action ring, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
I'm going to
Yeah.
destroy the strength check anyway, so I don't care.
No, that's fine. The Ring of Free Action does allow you to move through the snow easily.
Does it? That's so weird. Okay.
Lets you
It
move
does
through water
for-
easily.
Cool. All right. Well, I do a charging attack with my sword in one hand, my hammer in the other. I will take a swing with Harbinger. 29.
Hits, clears by 10.
So I think it's 3d8 damage, right?
Yeah, but you crit, so you do...
68.
It would normally do 2d8.
I think it's normally.
So you do.
Wait, isn't it
It's
normally?
3d8
Isn't, it's 3d8 versus dragons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it's
so it would be
68.
There you go. There you go.
All right. 34 damage.
That is enough. You can catch up with the creature, leap onto its back, and sever its head from the body. It drops the corpse of the dog in the snow.
And the only one is the other dragon to the southwest,
two more.
which I don't think I can get.
Yeah, which
Wait, there
your
are two more?
characters wouldn't be
Oh my
able to
God.
even see
Oh yeah. Okay.
at
Yeah.
this point.
Then
I mean, it's back around to second attacks now, so I think I can just kill both of these.
yeah, I'm done anyway. then.
So I make another shot at the one that I just shot last time for a 29.
And that'll put it down.
Yeah, and then the third shot against the one fighting Polar for a 26.
And it'll drop it as well.
Yeah.
And in a single round of combat, the 5 hatchling white dragons lay dead. But not without cost. Much of the party has been lightly damaged, and a pack of dogs has been ravaged. You are still positive 1 dog on 2 sleds, but you're going to have to abandon a whole sled now.
Oh, that's why we bought 3 sleds, in case something like this happened.
Oh, can't we reduce the dogs on the sled and just go slower though? I
Yes.
mean, we don't have to this time, maybe.
Well,
We do have
The
a spare
dogs
sled.
will exhaust pretty quickly. So if you use people as pushers on the sled while the dogs pull, you can move more slowly, but you can still move all the stuff.
Well, one of the sleds is empty, I think, so for now we should be fine. Right? Is that right? What you
I
said,
don't
Moon?
think any of the sleds were
None of the
fully
sleds were empty. We had
Oh.
moved our stuff to be in like each 3 sleds, but we have 2 sleds, which was enough to carry all of our shit. We just brought 3, you know, in case.
So I think what we would do then is pile the stuff from a third sled onto the other 2, have full dog teams on them, and then have like Jack and 1 or 2 dogs push the mostly empty sled.
Yep.
Okay.
Or just leave the
There'll
most
be
empty
one
sled, right?
dog left over, which is not useful for.
Well, he's on an
sledding
empty.
purposes.
He's carrying an empty sled with Jack.
Sure, but
Jack's gonna do
one
all the
dog is
work.
not going to be a useful sled puller.
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna
it's
put
a
that
team
one dog on
organization.
the other sled that doesn't have a dog.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have 2 full sleds, and we'll have Jack carrying the empty sled, who is a literal tank.
Yep. Okay, well, let's rearrange our dogs then.
After we kill these dragons, can we blow the horn once more? Do we hear Neil?
You blow the horn again, and there is no reply from Neil. No whistles, no cries.
Do my hammers, or does my hammer feel any more dragons?
It doesn't. But it will say to you, I felt dragons, their presence, but their numbers were clouded, and their positions and sizes were clouded. I don't know what is happening. This has never happened to me before. I swear, baby. This has never happened.
Jax can max press 640 pounds, by the way.
Yeah. Jack can push that thing. But he will do it with Brain Gang because they are buddies.
Bro.
Yes.
Buddies stick together.
Brain Yang will just sit on the cart, probably, with his arrow.
All right, he will ride the cart. You now have an extra sled driver who is just going to hang with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And back to our positionings.
So are we saying that we've lost track of our tracks from earlier in the day at this point, or are we still following back the tracks?
You are following them back. You've been able to follow them for about an hour back, and you can still see them before you. They are slowly being covered as like small amounts of snow falls and little gusts of wind begin to cover them. By morning, you will probably still have some level of tracks, but by tomorrow afternoon, if this mist doesn't clear, you probably will have lost the rest.
Well, we should be back to the tower before tomorrow afternoon. What I will do, Neil, is if I see, I mean, I'm not a tracker, but if I see tracks veering away from the line, like, you know, Neil walked away
Totally.
from the group, obviously mention that.
Yeah.
Can I ask the Frost Ranger, do you ever have people that get separated from the group and show up later? Is this part of the magic of the land, or is Neil legitimately lost?
I've had people separated and that we found. That's definitely happened. But people do go missing out here. Something like this, in this situation, is not unheard of. A lot of people, dim situations, long, quiet trudge through the snow. You don't look up, someone's not there. It's a dangerous land. A lot of the rookies get lost that way. But that guy, he didn't strike me as a rookie. He didn't seem fresh or new.
No, if anything, he was quite old.
He shrugs, shrugs it off like it's not a thing at all. Well, people get lost and die. He knew the risks, right?
I'll look to
Not giving up on him yet.
Emmerich again. Can you try scrying once more?
Yeah. If we're camping for the night, I will try with the crystal ball.
In the morning, because you already tried today, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a D100 or?
No. It doesn't work. We already tried today.
No, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow.
No,
morning,
he
okay,
waited till
we're not
tomorrow
there yet.
Okay. Who was one of these 5 people up front had gone back somewhere. Which one is it? Who's not in the front anymore? Hans, Vash, Montem, Vega?
Vash.
Vash comes back. Okay. He comes all the way back with you, Nick?
Yeah. Now that he's been in the back, he's outpaced the front group intellectually.
Nice. Okay. We will just get rid of our little dragon friends and our dogs. Okay, so this is the correct marching order. Sled in front, empty sled in the middle, sled in back, 4 people in the back, 4 people in the front, 4 people in the middle.
That's correct, except the dogs are in the wrong spots, but yeah.
Where are the dogs supposed to be?
Oh, we're just going backwards, so I assume we just...
Oh, you mean like the whole thing is just 180 degrees turned? Yeah, totally. Okay. You make a little bit more progress before camping tonight. The camping goes fine. The next day, there's still mist.
I try the crystal ball when I wake up.
Ooh. Oh. Oh no.
It explodes.
Oh no. Really?
Catastrophic failure.
You know.
Your crystal ball, as you attempt to use it, cracks and breaks. Actually, you should probably get a save.
Yeah,
It's
please.
Subject
I
to
am
critical
devastated
failure.
if my crystal ball breaks. That is like an artifact level. What's my save here, Neil?
I'm looking it up for you.
Does Nick
Here we
have to
go.
roll it? Because I'm sorry, Nick.
No, Nick doesn't have to roll it. No.
Nick must roll it. You
Oh,
are
it's
the one.
done. Don't even bother. Just
Aggressively
Tyrael
using it.
lifts the crystal ball in the air and smashes it into the ground when he sees Imric desperately trying to salvage it from a failed scry.
I hear it crack and then I look, like snap my head towards Tyrael in the hope that he didn't hear.
All right, good luck.
As I try and super glue it back together. What's the save, Neil?
It's not great. It's a save versus crushing blow, and it's a glass ball, so it's literally a 20 according to the item
No.
saving throw chart.
Yeah, but it's a magical item, so it gets a
Which is what gives it the save in this
Unbelievable.
situation.
Are you sure it's a crushing blow and it's not an average of all three?
No, because there's a bunch of saves here, and this would be a crushing blow failure.
Luckstone?
Yeah,
Luckstone
Lookstone
here?
for sure, Lookstone.
That's +1.
That's a
That
plus
affects
one.
you, not the crystal ball that you're using. You can do it. You can roll a 20. You can do this, Nick.
5%.
Alright, you ready? You're gonna look real stupid when I roll this 20 now, Neil. I might not have a Lookstone in game, but in real life, I'm using my Lookstone. Let's
You
go.
got this.
Ah, come on, that's so close. Fuck
The
you.
ball cracks in your hand.
The one thing I was good at. I had a shocked look on my face of pure horror as I stare at it for a few moments and then look around and see if anyone's watching, and I will put it back in my bag in the hopes that it can be repaired back home. Is it shattered, or is it just got like a big crack through it?
It breaks into 3 pieces.
Okay, what's inside it?
It's solid glass all the way through.
Okay, cool. I saved the pieces.
It can be fixed.
It's totally fine, just a bit of glue. Just need that. There's like a high level version of the spell Mend. That would work.
Figured out.
Mm-hmm.
We keep trekking, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, trekking where? Which direction?
No, wait. In the morning, I can cast some spells to help look for Neil when I wake up. So I think definitely I'll try prying eyes again to see if I can find him. What else do I possibly have?
You're casting your stone skins again in the morning?
Yeah, 3 stone skins, ultra vision, prying eyes.
3. Your 3rd stone skin runs into problems.
Okay, let's see who that would be on. 1 is me. 2 is Anton, 3 is Tyrell. So it's on Tyrell.
What do I need to roll?
You
don't know.
just don't get the stone skin.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, the stone skin fizzles on Tyrael. His skin turns like a gray color, but it remains sort of soft and malleable, and your skin is gray, but you are not affected by a stone skin spell, Tyrael.
That's what I like.
am I starting to get the impression that if a spell is cast successfully, it'll work normally? And it'll just
Isn't
fail
that
at
the
casting?
definition? Isn't that a tautology?
No, I'm saying that like if they're successfully cast, they're unlikely to break mid-duration. It
You
seems like
haven't
they're all
seen
breaking
that
at the
happen
point
yet,
of
but you
casting.
haven't had it tested yet either.
Well, like my ultra vision's not failed during the day at any point.
That's true.
Yeah, like the other stone skins haven't gone weird
Yeah,
once
that's true.
cast.
So
What
far,
does other spells go off?
I will. If I was flying, would the mist impair my ability to look for Neil?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
the mist is going to block your view heavily.
Can it
Okay,
just
I
not
ju-
be misty?
I just cast prying eyes then. Oh wait, no, sending. I'll cast prying eyes and then I'll cast sending at Neil.
You cast prying eyes as well.
Yeah, and I send my eyes if it works to tell them to go and look for him.
They spread out and search the area. How far can they go?
A mile away from me.
Ooh, okay. Their vision is only 100 feet or so in the mist, which remains on this day, and they fan out. Which
They
way
can
do you
hear
send
noises
them?
as well.
Well, there's like loads of them, so I send them in every direction.
How many?
How many of them are there?
D4 plus 12.
Ooh, that's a lot.
16.
Okay. So they spread and circle and zoom about. One of them will come back to you and will show you that at a mile of distance, there is a figure approaching.
Does it look like Neil?
The figure is clad in a heavy snow jacket and carries gear at their side, but the vision of the prying eye was not good enough to identify the figure.
Okay.
Blow your horn at him, Nimric.
Yeah, I blow the horn. Guys, there's someone about a mile away in that direction.
The party circles around, and in the distance, following the sound of the horn blasts, approaches a single figure. At first, it's hard to make out who it is. But as they get within 60 feet or so, you can tell this is definitely not Neil. This person is wearing different clothing. They're carrying an axe at their side, but they don't have any of Neil. They don't have Neil's height. They don't have Neil's gear. They don't have Neil's dragon armor. They've got a heavy coat with fur along it, good boots lined with fur as well. They look like they're geared for the winter weather, and they come at a slow jog up to meet you and wave, and then speak in an unintelligible language.
I'll look over to Anton and see if he can cast tongues.
Can't cast anything.
I can't cast
Oh,
anything.
we can't
too,
cast anything.
But I believe that I have scrolls of tongues on me.
I've got a scroll of tongues, yeah.
Can we cycle? Well, first, can we talk to the Frost Ranger, have him cycle languages, and then we'll cycle languages?
Yeah.
Can we communicate at
Yeah,
all
sure.
with this guy?
Yeah, everyone checks with their mundane languages. The person is not heard or not understood by anyone and doesn't seem to understand any of your languages. And across this person's face, this woman's face, also definitely not Neil, you can see concern and more than that, confusion.
Is she like a ghost, like the last one?
You haven't touched her yet, but she seems pretty solid.
More like the hobgoblins by the sounds of it.
What about do Hans or Mortem? Because I think
Montum.
Montum, because they come from Solemn. Can
Solemn?
they? Yeah. Are they able to
Yeah,
speak?
they try their languages as well.
No,
And she
okay.
shakes her head and babbles back in her language. Everyone reports back that they've never heard this language before. They don't know what it is. It's very foreign.
Is she wearing magical shit?
You'll have
I want to know
to
if she's worth talking to.
I'll use the detect magic wand, I suppose, if Anton mentions this desire to me.
The detect magic wand goes off without a hitch. She has no magical gear of any kind on her.
Not worth talking to then.
Her axe
No.
is quite nice, though.
It is rather strange,
Quality.
though, Anton. You don't think it's worth the scroll?
I'm gonna look at the axe. It's not the Minotaur axe from the Minotaur maze.
No, it's a nicely polished wood-cutting axe of some kind, or a woodsman's axe with an engraved handle made out of like stained dark walnut.
I'm gonna have Teresa very close to me, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try something. Can I draw my? I'll take my hammer out. If I ask the person to touch the hammer and then I'm touching the hammer, can we both communicate telepathically to the hammer and have the hammer translate? Because I imagine the hammer doesn't speak a language; it's just communicating with us in the mind.
Cool.
Good.
Yes. Very clever. Yes.
Okay, I'll take the
You
hammer out and
can
I'll
have a
it in.
one-on-one conversation.
And I'll volunteer for them to touch the hammer, and then I'll rely on the hammer to translate between us.
Yeah. You hold it out, and she gets the idea that you want to grab it, and the hammer knows what you're trying to do, and so she touches it, and then immediately lets go and steps back and looks bewildered. Steps forward again, reaches out, holds the hammer, and the hammer will say to you, "She's very confused.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know who you are."
Does she live around here, or what is?
No. Yes, she thinks she lives around here, but there's no way she can. She calls this place home.
Huh. What's she doing walking around out here in the middle of nowhere?
A long pause. She seems, her brow furrows. The hammer asks you, what information of ours should I tell her, my lord?
I guess whatever you want. We're wandering around out here looking for whatever, yeah.
No. After a little while, the hammer comes back with, she was out in the woods near her home gathering some supplies, left the woods and got lost in the mist, dropped her the wood she was carrying, and wandered until she heard the sounds of horns.
What
and came
kingdom is
upon
she
the
from?
party.
I'll ask Tyrael.
Yeah, I'll ask what kingdom is she from, or what does she think her hometown is from? What land?
The land of Terrapin.
I'll repeat it to those two. Do either of them know, or?
No
Can we
one
get
heard of
history
that
checks from
before.
anybody in the party? No one's ever heard of this?
Let's see. Lord
Lord
Khan is
Khan.
very educated. He doesn't know what terror
Montem?
this place is.
He was from
Montem
a-
is old and educated. Montem does not know what this is.
I've got ancient history, Neil. Would that not help me? Also, ancient languages.
Give me an ancient history check at -10. No way.
Can I ask her like what year
Yeah.
she thinks it is, I guess, or who the rulers are in her land or something? Or...
Yeah, she gives you some names and she gives you a year, but it's like based on a different event. She says it's 60 years past the war. It doesn't mean anything to you.
Does she follow any gods?
Of course. Sayer, god of crafting, and Nadinus, goddess of nature.
Okay. So
She is from our world, then.
yeah.
She's asking who you are, why you don't speak her language.
We'll just tell her that
Has she ever heard of Mystria?
No.
and we'll also just tell her we're travelers just moving through these lands. Yeah.
She asks if she can come with you.
Does she know the
She
continent?
is seemingly lost. No. The Hammer relays that the Hammer told her that she is on the island of Glacia in the far, far north of the world, well beyond the realm of any habitable place. That she did not understand that, but will travel with the only people that she's seen, rather than wander on her own.
I could ask her about the Saladin Keep or whatever, if she's ever heard of this before. I imagine probably
Nope.
not, but no.
No.
If it gets communicated, I'll say, we can't leave her here. She'll die.
Are you gonna look after her then, Emmerich?
No, I shake my head and I look to them. I'm sorry, but we can't just take on a stranger in these lands, right? We understand the risk.
I lean in close as if somehow she might hear. You wish to just abandon her?
Wait, she can't
Leave her to the
understand us. It doesn't
spice?
matter. She doesn't know.
No, he can't understand.
Yeah.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
I shake my head and I say, hopefully, if the mist brought her from some land, it returns her eventually. But I mean, you don't know. This could be a wraith. This could be some hidden cloaked monster. This why would we even assume the risk of another traveler when we can't even keep track of the people we already have?
You're gonna have to stomach it, Emmerich. She has to be left behind. If you'd like, I can put her out of her misery if that'd make you feel better.
I'm not sure anything about this is going to make me feel better.
How close are you to other people when you're having this conversation? Are the rest of your party involved, or is this like super
The three of us
quiet?
would have gone out to meet her and greet her on our own. We wouldn't let her get close to the sleds and everything. So it would be the three of us at the most.
Okay.
I would.
So the three of you
wanna keep an
near
eye on
her, the rest of
Teresa,
the party
very
keeping
minimum.
an eye on the supplies.
I'm gonna keep a specific eye on Teresa though when I'm out here.
Is she
if
with
that's
you?
fair.
You're
She wouldn't be
full of
with
suspicion.
me, probably not.
When we're
no.
hold on.
You
When
keep
we're
throwing a look back at her.
Yeah,
when we're
keep
walking
looking.
away to go do things as the three of us, then everybody is stopped. Then the groups of people are all together. Then I'm just gonna stand out there in a single file line. Like they'll congregate a bit. Like the first group will be with each other, the second group, the third group will be with each other. So nobody should be like
So the
standing
three
alone.
groups stay in their groups, but they're
Yes.
not all
Yeah.
in one massive group.
Yeah, correct. Sure.
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And spread out to cover and protect all of the sleds and dogs and keep an eye out.
Yeah, I would have probably gotten a conversation with Brain Gang that I'm watching over Teresa very carefully. I think something weird might be going afoot, and then if I'm ever gone, he needs to watch over like a hawk, and if she ever does anything, he has permission to kill her. But yeah.
We'll get into that in a moment. I want
So,
to delve into that a little bit more, but
I'd ask Anton or Emmerich, and I'd say if one of you want to keep her, you can, but she's going to be under your responsibility to watch.
I don't think that this should be an option, Tyrael. I don't think that we can keep her. We can't take every random dumb fuck who we come across in this land. I mean, we slaughtered hobgoblins. Why not slaughter her?
I nod. It is true, although she is a human, so she's more reasonable than a hobgoblin. She communicates in a language we don't know. It might be an asset out here, and she does seem capable of traversing the cold, so maybe she can help with something.
Leaves a bad taste in my mouth to leave her to die. We're going back to the tower. At the very least, could we not escort her there? She might have more chance to survive there.
Sure, if we want.
If you truly believe we're just going to escort her to the tower, Emmerich, then I think that you're naive. You're going to take her with us the entire way. You're not just going to
Oh.
leave her with no food at the tower.
This woman's done nothing to harm us, and we are in a position to help her. Once this is all over, I could help her return to where she came from.
We can take her, and Emmerich can buddy with her. It'll be Emmerich's responsibility.
How hot is she?
10. I already rolled it. Knew this question was coming.
I will take a step forward and offer her my bow to touch.
I'll say to Imric, if she costs someone's life, that's on your hands.
I nod at him. I communicate to her that she can travel with us, and if she can survive until we return home, I can maybe get her back where she came from.
She seems surprised as she touches the bow, and it communicates to her, and the bow will say very briefly back to you. She understands.
I'll say, there's one condition though. If you get lost or cause any trouble, I'm the only one here who wants to keep you around, so you've got to be on your best behavior.
She gives you a verbal, somatic nod of affirmation.
Okay.
Imric, she can buddy with the other carriage driver who has nothing to do.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Before we go back to the party, I suspect, however stupid it may be, Teresa of something, so I'm keeping her as my buddy. If anything bad happens while I'm away, I've instructed Brain Gang to take care of the threat.
Okay.
I
Seems
understand.
reasonable?
I hope your concerns are misfounded, brother.
And on.
So when you tell this to Brain Gang, he gives you I don't want to say a cold look, but not like you're a cold person, but like a very deadly serious look, and says, "Is there anything in particular I should keep an eye out for, my lord?"
Neil went missing. He was the one right next to her. Although I suspect it to be the white dragons. Just keep an eye out if anybody goes missing near her.
Her body
keep me
was
informed.
found. She acted strangely with the ghost. Her partner vanished in the snow. I
You're a
understand.
smart fellow. I think you understand. However, if you do make actions when we're not there, I want you to realize that Jack is probably going to kill you. So you should probably wait for us to get back before you ever do anything. But if she's actively attacking the group with magics or swords, take action.
Neil went missing. So can she.
Oh. And on.
Jesus.
Well,
Give it
time
a
to head back.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we head back with the lady.
now you're still headed back to the tower, still in search of Neil.
I think at some point we need to. I guess we'll. Anton will talk it out here. I don't think. I think actually going to the tower is fine. If Neil did get separated, that's probably where he'd want to meet us. But we can't go any further than that.
I
agree.
actually
Okay.
shake my head and I say we should just turn around and go to the Stone Keep.
So?
It was a formidable warrior wearing blue dragon armor. If he's gone, it's through magical means. Hopefully he's returned to us later, but I don't believe that he could just get lost like that. It's inconceivable to me that he wouldn't shout or
Well,
whistle.
I have one more spell to try. Let me see if I can contact him. I will use sending and say to Neil, Neil, you seem to have gotten lost. Are you still alive? If you are, meet us at the tower. And he gets a chance to respond to that.
There is no response.
I look down at the ground, shake my head, and say, no response. Must be dead. Wait, would the spell fail if he was dead?
Probably.
No, it's not a spell of detect life or detect alive.
Yeah, okay. So I guess he's dead then. I think
Let's
back
keep
to all
going
the
then.
times we shared in the house, you know.
Pitchforks and patrons, you know.
Yeah, it was good times. He's
Okay,
always
then we're
been an
walking
arsehole,
towards
but, you know.
the
We're
keep
going
in the
back
mountains,
to the
right?
mountain, yeah.
Okay. You turn the dogs around and trudge in the other direction.
I will make. Oh no, I can't make conversation with her. Never mind.
You can. You have
why
your
don't we
bow.
take-
Yeah, but it's kind of awkward though. When
Well-
we make camp, I'll speak to her.
True.
Why don't we
Amber's not
take
used
our
to talking to
second
women.
break right
Yeah.
here?
Okay.
All right, we'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. You turn the carts around. You head into the mist, guided by the compass. It wobbles, being not entirely accurate, but you're pretty certain you're still headed east.
That means we're going the wrong way.
Yeah, west we're going.
Wait, we're going west. Though.
West. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few hours later, each of you individually begins to feel a little sort of like nauseous. And at first you don't think much of it. You're hiking, your stomach's uncomfortable, you're unhappy. There's a lot of things to explain it. It's not until someone else in the party, it's not until Teresa mentions that she feels kind of like gross and sick that other people chime in too. Mouton, you're near Teresa, so you're the first person to realize that this is affecting a large group and not just yourself. What do you do when you realize that the four of you, are all sort of like, like you're kind of tired, and not just like you've been hiking tired, but like sluggish tired, and you feel like nauseous, and there's like a foul taste in your mouth.
Even through Iron Vigil?
Yes.
I'll just I'll tell them that we don't want to raise massive concerns. It might just be like a weird patch. Let's just keep it to ourselves and see if any other groups stumble upon this.
Okay. A little while later, Lord Khan will say a similar thing to Imric. Sort of who made dinner this morning? I feel like I need to shit everywhere. This is deeply uncomfortable.
I feel it too, but I don't think it's the food. Just keep walking. The air here might be strange.
After another half hour or so, a few people begin to puke. There's like a stop as Hans turns to the side and spills out his guts onto the ground. Brangang as well on top of the wagon, has to lean over the front and just let the goop drop to the side, hoping that no one trudges in it. Everyone takes 2 points of damage.
These are only affecting the four in the back, right?
No. All the party members.
Everyone.
Wait, so did everybody start to feel the same sickness then and everything then?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't? Okay.
Yeah, everyone is feeling sick and gross.
I mean,
actually, I take that back. Sorry, I misspoke on the damage. Everybody takes 1 point of damage. MrMouton, you take 2 points of damage. So does Teresa. Lord Khan and Imric take 3 points of damage.
Well, what about Vash and Capola?
1 each.
Okay, so my
is
four
there
people
an easy way? Yeah.
up front all took 1 point of damage. I marked them all.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll just
doing
have
that
to.
at the back.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this for Roll20, but if you click something, if you ever select the HP box, if you type in like -1 or -3, it'll automatically do the math for you if you hit enter. Yeah.
Who took 2 damage, Neil?
You and Lord Khan.
No, we took 3, you said.
Oh, Teresa.
Teresa
I got
and
that, yeah.
Anton.
Yeah.
So Teresa and Anton took 2. It's something to do with spellcasters. Wizards take 3. Clerics take 2. Is there any way for me to discern that in-game?
No one even communicated this sickness to each other.
Okay.
Based.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good for morale.
We're building Constitution.
Lord Khan is, he's on low health right now.
Montem's at 2 HP,
I mean, we can sit and rest.
Well, I think maybe potions, or
I mean, yeah, you can use your potions. Absolutely.
do the NPCs have any potions of their own?
Only what you have given them. And again, there's not a lot of communication between the party at this point.
Yeah.
People are just sort of puking and trudging forward. Unless Tyrael calls for a stop, the party will just keep moving.
Based.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give a potion to Lord Khan so he doesn't die. Just give him a normal potion of healing now. What's that? 2d4?
2D, hold on, but don't add it yet. I have to roll my dice.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2. It succeeds, no problem. He heals.
Okay, unless he's not turning up.
I'm gonna give a potion to Montem.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
He looks bad.
He does
You
look
know,
bad.
Hans pukes. Montum stops when Hans pukes and looks up at you. You can see the sweat running down his eyes. They're all bloodshot. He's got that like clammy, shivering look to him. Not like shivering from cold, but shivering from like hot and cold together, like flu symptoms.
Where are we holding the potions and stuff at?
On your person?
Yeah.
We don't have a bag of holding.
Didn't we
So,
have? I thought we
whatever's under
packed
your-
some in like the cart or whatever.
It'd be on the party sheet then.
Okay. Just give me a minute. What? Fuck. Where on the party sheet? Oh, just party sheet.
Might be on the glacier sheet. I'm sorry.
Oh, glacier sheet.
I'm not seeing any potions there.
Uh,
I think it's just on your individual character, whatever you've got with you.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, I guess Montum's not drinking any potions, unless someone has an extra one, I guess, for him.
well, how many do you have?
Do you call back?
Yeah, I'll call back for one.
Anton will run up. He'll hand you a
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
And as the whole party grinds to a halt and Anton comes up, you can sort of relay that everyone is feeling this sickness, this nausea. Even the drivers, even the Frost Ranger. Everyone's sort of like, ugh.
What do you want us to do about it? I ask Tyrael.
Or can I ask any of my rogue people, especially
Frost Ranger.
Vega or the Frost Ranger? Does anybody have an idea what this might be?
The Frost Ranger does. He mentions that there are areas of sickness.
Mm-hmm.
He's felt this before. Sometimes they drag on and on. Sometimes they pass quickly. He doesn't know what triggers it, but there are zones of sickness.
What helps? Stopping, or do you just move through it?
I am of the school of thought that we keep marching. That if it's bound to
I
an
agree.
area, we would only hurt ourselves if we
Stuck around.
stopped. If it's not bound to an area, then stopping doesn't help us either.
Let's keep going.
Unless someone's on the edge of death and needs immediate attention, I push through.
Yeah, that's why.
Does
Yeah.
the
If someone
potion work
falls,
for
you
Monty?
leave them behind. You gave Montem a potion? Right.
Yeah, he did.
Yep,
It was. Did you roll
It
it?
passes, no problem. Go ahead
Doing
and
it now.
feed it to him. Ooh.
Nice. Well, that's fine.
Everyone will take another point of damage, 2 for the clerics, 3 for the wizards. I will mark the Frost Ranger myself.
All right, how the next day or like the next hour?
The next
Oh.
hour.
Shit, okay.
Gotta march on through, baby.
He's gonna die if this doesn't end.
But that's it. After 2 hours, the sickness passes, and people still feel nauseous, and it takes the rest of the day before anyone feels better. In fact, it'll probably take until morning. You camp that night, surrounded by the mist, nothing but the open plain before you, mounds of snow everywhere.
Okay,
I will, during the camp, I want to sit next to the traveler, and I will like lay my bow across both of our laps and try and just have a conversation with her about her home and where she's from.
The bow that is doing the translating back and forth speaks only in short, succinct phrases, giving you the core concepts without any flowery language around. She'll tell you that she is from a land deep to the south, filled with mountains and valleys and rivers and streams. In the winter, it is covered in snow. There's a little village that she lives in. She's one of the woodswomen there. She chops wood. She brings back kindling, whatever she can scrounge from the area. She has no idea where she is or where she's comes, how she got here. She tells you that she's unmarried, and she's concerned for her family.
Emmerich, are there great mages in her land or great magical items?
How much magic where you come from?
Bo just tells you there is magic.
Fuck.
Lots of people go missing around your village.
No.
I'm gonna add health back to the people that Teresa heals. 6 people.
6 people can gain 1 HP.
Okay, I'm gonna do it by need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead, you do it. All right, well, I make conversation with her. I'll try and get. It's probably hard to gauge her character with the bow translating.
It is. Not a lot of personality comes out with the bow, but on her face, give me a charisma check.
Yes, can do that. 23.
Yeah, on your face, you can see signs of worry and confusion.
Yeah.
Mr. Moon, can you also give me a charisma check for you keeping an eye on Teresa this whole time?
Hell yeah. Is there anything else that I can give you besides charisma?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
She's been spending a lot of time talking with the other wayfarers. She's been sort of like, when you're stopped, meeting up with them, and the 4 will gather together in small groups and whisper to each other in private conversations. Not entirely unreasonable. They're a group of friends. They're sort of their own party, separate from this one, but working with you guys. But you do notice that Teresa seems to be the one who gathers the group together and does a lot of like hushed talking amongst that group.
Second meeting from
Do you
Eve.
detect any grudges?
TeamSpeak one. Yeah. Can I detect grudges?
Yes, I think so. You will notice that there are a few grudges about. Yeah, Teresa is kind of unhappy with you and a little distrustful of you at this point in time.
Strength.
And what?
What strength is the grudge? I think I get strength too.
Yeah, it's like a... What's between mild and moderate? Whatever is between mild and moderate, somewhere in mid there.
Minor.
Sure. Minor. You'll see that Brain Gang is growing a grudge for Teresa as well.
Yes.
And you will see that Pola has sort of a grudge against you, against the 3 brothers.
What? So nice.
She's jelly. I'm wearing her armor.
What about the new person?
No grudges.
Wait, Paula is getting a grudge against the 3 of us?
Yeah.
Or has a small one. A minor
Wait,
one.
Haven't we
suck up
lent
some
her
shit.
like sick ass fucking golden dragon
Yeah, we
armor and
did.
shit in the past? Why the fuck would she have a grudge against us?
Because we've
I'm
got
gonna-
a frozen wasteland to die.
I'll bring it up to
Perhaps.
Tyrael and Imric, and I'll say that we should probably have a meeting with Lord Khan. He seems to be the most level-headed and the leader of the bunch.
Let me mention it to him first.
We can-
when
we can-
when we walk.
Well, when we camp tonight, we'll take a minute and we'll chat with him. Yeah.
This is the time
Let,
to speak
let,
right now.
let me speak to him alone first. I don't. If we call a formal meeting about it, it grants maybe too much legitimacy to this whole thing. Let's just see if we can't nip it in the bud.
I think we should just have a talk with him, us 3. It's not weird.
Well, it's Cyril's decision, but
We'll just wait until we camp and then we'll chat with him.
We are camping right now.
We're camping
so-
right now.
we're camping
Then at
now,
night,
yeah.
yeah, I'll just pull him aside and I'll have like a casual chat with him, see how everybody's doing. Not like an official, formal, crazy meeting. Or
Okay.
anything.
I stand
you pull-
nearby chatting with Anton while Cyril talks to Lord Khan.
Yeah. You pull him aside, Lord Tyrael. How can I help you?
How are things going?
I didn't know what to expect coming here, but this meets and beats all of my expectations. This area is most definitely affected by strange magics. I find my own spells are fizzling or not coming to my mind as easily as I had hoped. But we knew the expectations, and the cause for which we fight is greater than our lives.
I nod. I say, well, obviously, I notice you guys getting together to chat sometimes. Just trying to make sure everybody's morale is up. Does everybody feel okay, or does it seem like people are getting a little bit worn down mentally? I mean, you know your friends better than I.
Teresa's having some trouble. I think seeing her own corpse has brought her some amount of fear and confusion.
I think it's a fair response to seeing your own corpse in the snow. Not unreasonable at
Yes.
all. Is there anything we can do to assuage her feelings?
Get her out of here alive? I don't know what there is to be done. Sometimes the only way through is to go forward.
Okay, well done. If there's anything that comes up, of course, you're always welcome to bring to my attention directly, or to Anton or Emmerich, and we'll do the best we can to alleviate any concerns you guys have.
Do you have some concerns, my lord?
I take a look around at the middle of the frozen wasteland we're in, and I'll say, of course, but I'm sure that we share all the same concerns at this point. This land is incredibly weird. It seems as though the effects that it's having on us are not only physical, but I guess spiritual or magical as well. So just making sure everybody's holding together as best we can until we get through this.
Before we set out, didn't really understand why the Frost Rangers were so standoffish. But I can see if you travel these lands often, you must see bizarre things. People appearing out of mists, hobgoblins clothed clearly for warm weather. I would learn to distrust others out here as well. I think a certain amount of distrust is healthy. That woman we picked up, I'm not for abandoning helpless people. But did you notice that we all became quite sick after she arrived?
I nod. True, the Frost Rangers say they've experienced this sickness out here before, though, so it's probably not unique to us, and I doubt it's caused by her. It seems like we've ran into a pretty weird thing every single day here, be it dragons, trolls, strange castles, magical sicknesses, or corpses in the snow, so I don't really think I would tie it to her too much. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on out here with space and time. Hopefully she was brought in from some other place, and hopefully she'll depart soon. Maybe Neil will come back instead.
I'd rather have 5 Neils than one of whatever her name is.
Oh, I nod. Okay.
Or, no, I'd rather have 1 Neil than 5 of whatever her name is.
Okay, well, that works too.
Yep.
I'll go find Anton and Emmerich.
Yeah, we're still just by listening
Yeah.
into this, so.
Yeah.
I shrug my shoulders. It doesn't seem like anything extra special is going on, just whatever normal mistrust or fear or anxiety is coming up as a result of traveling out here. What do you think?
It's good. I think we should, Anton, that amulet of yours, it makes people feel funny. Situations like this. I'm not sure what you can do about it, but we should be aware of it. We should do what we
Anton
can
will
to
just
harbor
stare
trust.
at Emmerich.
We should do what we can to harbor trust between everyone here. If our backs are ever against the wall, we need to be able to rely on each other.
I'll keep my amulets stuffed to myself then, Emmerich. If it's making you feel wary, I'll make sure not to inform you next time.
It's
He
working.
gives you a pat, and he goes back to his friends.
See what I mean, Cyril?
I shrug my shoulders. It's hard to separate out the normal edginess of Anton from the amulet or any effect it may have, so.
It is.
Well, the night passes quietly and without trouble.
Do we get our plus
When
1
the
HPs?
next- Only those that Anton has already applied.
You already
I
did.
handed
Okay.
it out to the people who needed it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. The next day, the fog and the mist lifts. It is cold and clear. You can see that the mountains are not that far from you. There may be a full day of marching before you get to them. You look back the way that you came, and in the distance, without your spyglass, you can't see the tower. With the spyglass, you can just barely make out the tower in the distance. There are no signs of people on it or in it, but the mountains are close. They are near. One more day, and you'll be at their base.
I reinforced the buddy system. Find your buddy.
Is the woman still with us?
The woman is still with you, yes. And can I get one person to make me a perception check with the spyglass to try and spot the tower along the mountains? Because, you're at the mountains, but the tower could be north, it could be south, it could be directly in front of you.
Spyglass, so.
Yeah, what do you need? What roll?
Just a perception check.
Just a perception check.
Don't fuck it up.
Why would I fuck up a perception check? The easiest of all the checks. Hold on, I have to refresh my roll 20. 1 second. What are you looking for? 20 or higher? Easy.
21 or higher.
Okay, I'll give you like a 30. Okay. We're
Yeah.
at 24. There you go.
Yeah, you can spot it. It is north of your position by about 10 miles, and then the mountains are maybe another 10 miles to the west. So now seeing the location of the tower, it's maybe a day and a half out.
Mm-hmm.
But you can line up in that direction. The mountains are tree covered for the most part, and the trees do extend a little bit onto the plain, but not too far from the mountain.
We go.
Yeah, we continue moving.
There are
I'm casting the same spells in the morning now. Stone Skinner on the three of us, Ultra Vision, and I'll
Stone
cast Sending
Skin
at Neil.
just doesn't cast.
On anyone.
No, yeah,
Right.
it just borked all across.
I
the board.
think to myself, right, the day Neil went missing, the prying eyes didn't work. And now Stone Skin's not working, so I feel like we might be under attack. Today.
You also cast Prying Eyes and Ultra Vision, is it?
Yep.
Prying Eyes fails. Ultra Vision seems to work, but it sort of like flickers in and out for the whole day. Like it works and then it sort of stops working and then it turns on again, sort of like a poorly wired light bulb.
Yeah,
Rick,
like
try
a
to
strobe
scry
light,
and,
or is it?
No. It's like on for a
Can we?
while and then you'll take a step and the whole thing will like go out, or maybe it'll just like dim a little and then it'll flick on and off. It's not annoying in like getting in your way, but it's just unreliable.
Imric, try to scry and Sending Neil.
Yeah. Well, I can't scry because
We
the
can't
crystal ball's
scry.
broken.
Yeah.
But I will.
Wait,
try
have you
sending
told us
him
that
again.
now?
Tell them that?
He hasn't told us
Oh.
before.
Oh.
That's a good point. I can try to message him again. The crystal ball doesn't seem to be working at the moment while we're here.
Okay.
I try and sending Neil again with the same message. In fact, no. Neil, if you're alive, we're heading west to the tower still. We'll make camp at the base of the mountains.
Nothing happens.
It's alright.
It's probably sleeping.
Yeah.
We keep going.
Let me know when we're at the base of the mountains. I know you will anyway, but I have something I want to do when I'm there.
We gotta fight before that, Nick.
Yeah.
Your day of travel is a little bit better than your previous ones. With clear vision and without any of this, with low winds, you're able to make good progress. In addition, it's a little bit cooler. The snow is crispier. It's easier to walk on. You make great progress today. You end maybe 2 hours, hour and a half really, before the woods and the mountain before you. As you begin to settle in to make camp, the Frost Ranger asks to, find a way up the mountain with you guys, or brings you together to ask about climbing the mountain. There's no way we can get this any of these sleds up there. The dogs we could do, the people we could do, the sleds won't go, which means the gear won't go. Are we sending a search party, or are we all expecting to climb this?
No, we won't all go. We'll send a smaller group, but I'm still of the hope we might be able to find a pass. There has to be a pass up to this keep.
I'm sure there is. And he looks up across the mountains. They say Glacia once upon a time was a lush land without any of this frigidity. I'm sure buried somewhere underneath the snow is a stairway or a switchback.
Well, I will reach into my bag. My arm is off because it's, I'm getting ready to get to sleep. I will pull out one of the scrolls that I wrote before we came here, and I will try and cast Locate Landmark from this scroll.
With him saying that, I would like to say that my armor is never off here.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
That's fair.
I'm going to try and cast Locate Landmark for the path to the keep in the mountains.
That is a great use of this spell.
Too bad it fizzles.
Yeah, shame about that.
The chance of fizzling is not super high.
However, it does fizzle.
Yeah, unlucky, man.
Unlucky, Nick.
You win some, you lose some, Mr. Meat. What can you say?
What are you gonna do? The scroll case blows up.
Along with all
Locate
your scrolls.
landmark. Draws on the knowledge of all creatures within range, which is
Yeah,
1
a mile. Yeah.
and poses a subconscious question to these creatures. Where is the landmark in question?
Generations of goats have been climbing this stairwell.
How many goats?
You get back sort of a no consensus response. The spell
Everything's got their own.
succeeds.
Everything's got their own path. I go to sleep thinking on my results, and I might try and cast it again in the morning.
Okay, and that was off a scroll, right?
That was a scroll, yeah, but in the morning I'll cast it properly.
Okay. Everyone can, or 6 people can gain 1 HP. Go ahead and mark it.
I'll handle
Anton.
I'm thinking
So, stone skins again, ultravision, prying eyes, and I will cast locate landmark again, and I will ask this time the human's path up the mountain to the keep.
Same response.
Okay. Can I not sort of come up with a mean or a median path to follow?
No.
No.
Yeah. What do you have an interpretation of these results? Like, why are you getting?
I think
This-
probably that the human path is lost and goats go up one way, trolls go up another way, yetis go up a third way.
Add an HP.
That they all have their own path.
Okay.
Me add a HP.
Add 1.
Okay.
Okay. Well, today is the day. Within 2 hours, you'll be at the base of the mountains.
Feel in the
Do you
Frost
want
Ranger
to-
climb, probably. And then.
Do you want to leave the sled and everything within the woods or outside of the woods? Like, should they be in the plain where they're easy to spot, for you guys to find them more easily, but also for other people to find them? Or should they be in the woods where it's harder to be seen altogether?
Woods
Well-
are scary and dark. I'd say we just kind of make camp at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, wait. So my
woods are at
understanding
the
is that
base of
like
the mountain
we would
as
we would
well.
make camp at like the base of the mountain, and I think only the 3 of us are going up to the keep,
Yeah.
and everyone else will stay to defend the cards.
So where does the
Yeah.
Frost Ranger want to go? Does he want to go to the plains or the woods? What's more defensible for us?
Yeah.
The Frost Ranger says for the people staying behind, the woods are better. For finding you guys afterwards, the plains are better. But
We'll handle it.
defensively,
We'll find you.
stay
We
here.
can-
We'll
We
find
should be able to come out and horn or whistle, and that'll carry on
Yeah.
for like a mile.
Keep a
We'll
fire
find
going.
Yeah.
We'll find you, yeah.
Okay. Done.
All right, so this day, I'm not going to cast them until we get to the mountain, so it might mean taking my armor off when we get there, but I'm going to learn 3 casts of fly. I still think we climb up the mountain, but if someone falls, the fly spell as a last resort.
I'm taking my. If we're climbing up the mountain, I need my belt of strength back from Jack.
He will give it back to you.
Yeah, it wasn't really a choice, but
Don't worry, lad. You can have it back. I wasn't going to keep it from you forever. But
it's I have
what
trouble
do you
going
get-
up the mountain, you know.
It's them old knees. They come for us all. Many a great dwarven tale about the knees.
Give him a pat on the back.
All right. So, the mountain is snow covered. None of you are mountaineering experts. It's just going to be a trudge up it.
I think we should actually, if I'll bring this up to the other brothers. If Imric is gonna fly, I think he should actually fly Jack up, because if we have a fight, this guy does +11 like guaranteed damage with each of his hits. It's up to you guys if you want to bring him or not, but he
I
just
think-
does so much fucking damage.
Nothing we've been encountering so far has been like a straightforward fight, and any straightforward fighting we've gotten into has been quite easy. So it seems like it's better to leave the camp as defended as possible, and then the three of us should be able to handle anything or escape if we need to.
Okay.
At the risk of soiling my honor, whatever we find up there, it might be best if we find it on ourselves first.
Okay.
But yeah, when we get to the base of the mountain and start climbing, I'll cast fly on everyone.
If you're casting fly on everybody, I'm giving back the belt of strength before we go, so he can be as defended as possible.
No, I don't
Well,
think
my
that's.
plan is that we still might need to climb. It's
Oh,
more
okay.
as a last resort.
I'm taking that.
'cause-
Yeah. Also, I don't think that's ever making the difference in them surviving or not or something.
It
right?
gives an extra 7 damage to hit per hit.
Fuck them.
it's a lot.
But sure, I'll take it.
Are you taking the belt? Yeah.
I'm taking the belt.
We are
Okay,
taking
cool.
it up.
What is the order of operations of who you're casting fly upon?
Anton, then Tyrell, and myself.
How many casts do you have?
4.
3. Oh, 4.
4. You should do me last because theoretically I'm the best climber. So right.
Okay. Well, I think it's random chance if it fails.
random,
or not,
yeah.
but-
Well, but I mean, like, if you cast one and it fails, then you can cast another on yourself, right?
Okay,
That's what
sure.
I'm saying, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I cast it on Mutant first then. Anton, sorry.
Well, it fails right away on Mutin.
Okay, I try again on Anton.
Immediately it fails. Like, it doesn't even come to mind. When you cast it on Anton, like, you go through the motions of casting the spell, and then instead of landing on him and enchanting him appropriately, it just sort of fizzles and breaks. And when you go to cast it a second time, the magic doesn't even come. Like, you say the words, you move the fingers, and
So I don't even
doesn't
use the
waste
spell
spell
slot the
slot.
second time.
that is correct. You do not use the spell slot, which means that spell slot is locked as a fly spell.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Get to climbing.
Let's get to climbing.
Wait.
Oh,
What
well,
other are there any
no,
other
I tried
spells that like
casting on
aren't working
myself.
right now, or like what does this mean?
Did stone skins go off?
Yeah, what about Stone Skin and Ultravision?
Or try to draw like an ethereal arrow from your quiver or something. Like we might be like in an extra special no magic zone. We didn't know this if that's the case.
That's true, yeah.
Stone skin, you were still I should have also mentioned this, yes. Your stone skins are locked as well. You had cast one on Tyrael and it failed and his skin turned gray, and then the other 2 stone skins were locked in place and unable to be expended. And you cast one fly and it failed, and now your other 3 flies are locked.
Just a reminder, he had cast stone skin at the end after he'd already cast 2. He cast
So
it
that
on
was the
both
third
of
stone
us,
skin?
and then
Okay.
Tyrael. It was the third one.
Okay, perfect. Then you're
My
still
Stone
locked
Skins aren't
stone.
locked.
You've got
But I-
1 lock. No, 0 locked stone skins.
But I try and
3
cast them again today, so...
Yeah, you memorize them and you try to cast them, and they will not come bid into your mind. They're stuck.
Stuck, okay. Ultravision works?
Ultravision today works fine. Yeah, totally peachy.
Does my tiara work?
Yes, it continues to work.
Based.
Okay.
It's no problem, Mimic. I can climb a fucking mountain.
I hand you a potion and say,
Of?
polymorph
Spider climb?
self.
You hand
Just
me
in
a
case you-
potion of polymorph self. Oh, okay.
Just in case you fall. Don't use it otherwise.
Wait,
It's
hold on,
dangerous.
stop.
You probably won't
Think,
know how to use it.
think about this for a moment. There's no way Koibu's gonna let you drink a potion while you're falling. I don't think he's gonna.
No, I've done it before. I mean, the real thing is it takes a minute to shift.
The thing
so
is, it's not
why
gonna be a
save
big deal because I have the falling shield. So if it
Okay,
does
fine.
happen,
I keep it. Yeah, all right.
Well, no, I want it.
Can we test that real
Okay.
quick? Can you jump in the air and see if it glides down,
Yeah,
or is that
that's
shut
good.
off too?
That's cool.
Shield
We'll
working?
launch them into the
Yeah.
air between us.
You jump with the shield and it floats.
All right. Well, I don't want it to stop working, so Anton's gonna start climbing.
All right, let's go.
Okay. It's gonna be
I
a
attach
trek
my
up.
polymorph self potion to like my belt so I can get it if I need it.
Tyrael, you're leading the way as the most experienced climber here. And for the most part, you can sort of just trudge up without having to like scale cliffs. You can, head at an angle and switch back. There are going to be some rocky areas, though.
Sure.
Heads up, I'm pretty sure we brought climbing gear, so we're gonna be using that as well.
We did bring like pittons and all that.
We brought
okay,
literally
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay, who has spare weight on them to carry another 30 pounds worth of climbing gear?
I should be able to, seeing as I didn't put anything else in my
Yeah,
bag.
not me.
Great.
We have
That's
climbing gear
perfect
for
because you're
10
leading.
people.
You're leading the way, Tyrael, so you're going to be the one who carries it anyway. And you've got room for 30 pounds of gear.
Sure. I'll just say climbing gear. It changes my encumbrance from base to light, so.
That's fine. Light encumbered is not a problem in this situation. Okay, Tyrael, I'm going to want you to make me a...
Dex.
Give me a climb walls check with the following penalties. Let's see. Oh no, they're in the back of the book, as always. Chapter 14, Time and Movement. You are climbing an icy situation that is minus 40%. However, there are... not quite abundant handholds, but it's not a solid wall, right? It's a rocky, natural situation. So plus 20% for the conditions of the wall, minus 40% for the icy, slimy, slippery surface. So a minus 20% on your climb walls check. Easy. You're able to scale ahead, throw in a pit in here, pass off, tie a rope and pass it off to the rest of the party for all the difficult parts. Which means all we're going to need are a couple of checks from the other members of the party. Your base climb walls is 40%, and you're going to also suffer this minus 20% chance for a couple of difficult places that are really hard to get across, especially when they're icy. But Tyrael has pitted them and tied you in. So if you fail, you'll just sort of fall and drop, and we'll have to test the piton to see if it breaks and falls out, which is a low chance if it's done right. And then you'll probably be able to slide your way over in some way, shape, or form.
Does the rope not give us a bonus on the check, though?
The rope only gives you a bonus if it's taut. If you're climbing straight up a thing. This is a situation. The first one we're coming across is where there's you want to go horizontal and there's a gap and you need to scale to the side. When you go up, though, you get a huge bonus for a rope and wall. You get 55% bonus for that.
So it's a 20% chance to pass.
Yes,
so you want
but the piton...
100.
You want a D100, you want a 20% or lower, and if you fail, the piton needs to make a check to hold in place,
This is
which
another
should succeed.
climb
I
walls
want
check.
high.
We do one at a time, so Anton goes first.
Oh, you should not have done high. You should have
Oh
done
my
low.
god, mutant.
All
Okay,
right.
so check if he falls.
Yeah,
to his death.
we're going to get the piton holds for you, Anton. You climb across, you immediately lose your grip and just drop maybe 15 feet. The rope holds you, and Tyrael will have to grab your rope and swing you back and forth and pull you up the other side. Which
Can I do
think
a dex check just to have pulled out my shield quickly, because that's what my character
Ooh,
absolutely
yes,
would have done.
absolutely. Great question. Give me a dex check. Yeah, you grab your shield as you hit the end of the rope, and you are fine. It works seemingly great. Give me a strength check to pull yourself back up the rest of the way, MrMouton. Not a problem. You can cross this obstacle. The rope gets swung back to Imric, who makes me the 20% chance.
I'm going lower.
And you will tumble as well. You are lighter than Mouton, so the piton definitely holds on you. And give me that climb all the way up. With a
Strength
simple
check, right?
Yeah, simple strength check. All right.
But both of them can pull me up, right? There's two of them now.
That's true. There's two of them now, so that's actually
Yeah.
not a problem. The first obstacle is passed. You leave the piton behind and that segment of rope behind. Unless you really want it, you can spend more time to go back and get the rope.
Fuckload of rope. I'll leave it.
Okay. The next area is the straight up climb. Tyrael, give me another one of these climb checks at minus 20%.
Plus advantage. Doesn't he get pluses for it being straight up, like you said?
It's
Only after
only
he
when the
attaches
rope's
rope
placed.
at the top. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, another climb walls.
Easy peasy, and you can drop a rope down. The party will get plus 55 for rope and wall.
Minus 20.
There's a 75% chance.
40 for the slippery, for the icy conditions. So that's a plus 15 on top of your 40 is a 55%. Now this one's going to be a little bit tougher. Well, at least one of you is going to have to make it up to be able to pull the other one after you if it doesn't work. So
Right, I want
55% chance.
Okay.
There you go. You make it up, Mooten. Imric?
Okay. I'm going low.
Ooh,
Of course.
You will fumble and fail and can't make your way. But with two brothers on top, they can hoist you up.
Hoist me?
While you sit there or lay there or float there as your brothers haul you up this next section of mountain.
I have a little lie down on the way up, relaxing in the rope.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm about to
The
hoist.
third section here, the third difficulty of climbing that you come across is not an area of particularly difficult climbing skills, but it is an area where the path you're walking along is just sort of nasty and treacherous. I'm gonna need a dex check from everyone as you're moving along this edge. It's like an icy ledge and the ice kind of undercuts you. A failure means you slip off the mountain, but you all pass without any problem. Okay. We can end the day 3/4 of the way up the mountain towards the fort, having overcome most of your difficulties without too much problem.
Failure means you die, but you pass, so.
Good job.
You're fine.
Actually, 100% fine.
Anton will remark to the brothers, should we have even brought everybody? It just seems like we're losing shit.
I shrug my shoulders.
But don't get complacent. We brought them in case we have to fight some terrible monster. It might still happen. I'd rather have brought them needlessly and not have to fight for our life than, not brought them and be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Some would say the greatest monster of all is us.
Some would say that, like the High Cleric back home. Now maybe even Teresa. Don't get on well with other clerics, Anton.
I don't get on well with other people. All I need is you two.
Ah. You're a sweetie after all. Now I see what Alex sees in you. No, I'm only
She
joking.
sees money.
She's after your name. Still though, even knowing your name and wealth, Anton, I'm still impressed that you managed to snag a woman at all, so...
Next,
Anton will fake push him off the mountain.
the next day, you're going to continue your trek. The mist comes back in, cloaking you all. You can't see the peaks of the mountains above you, nor the depths of the mountains below you. There's only the next 100
climb.
feet around.
There's only the
As
climb.
There's only the climb. All we know.
As
Look at his little
you
face.
get
So happy with that.
higher. It was good. It was well done. As you get a little bit higher up. Nick, did you cast any spells today, first off?
Can we try the flies and stuff? Yeah, everything again.
Yeah, I mean, I try and expend those same spell slots.
No. The spells that are slots that are locked seem locked on you for now.
He just gave you one of these.
What could I cast?
Yeah.
I guess I could cast my Prying Eyes again.
Nope. Prying Eyes
Locked.
is fail and locked.
Fail and locked?
Let me double check my notes over here. Locked.
Just a heads up, everything you've tried to cast, except like 2 things have been locked here, so you might want to...
Yeah.
Keep casting your spells.
Well, there's nothing else really to cast. Ultra Vision.
Ultravision?
Keep your secrets.
Not a problem. Works totally fine. Which is great, because as you're hiking up the trail, Tyrael will stop the party, I'm assuming, when he spots a large white wolf before you. And as you look up at it, and as it comes into view when the mists blow and ebb and weave, you can see that this white wolf is radiating magic of some kind. It looks like some sort of magically endowed wolf.
Is it moving, breathing, or is it like statuesquely
It is standing,
still?
breathing. A very small amount of steam comes off its breath as it stares at you, the three of you.
I'll wave to the wolf. And I'll speak to it, I guess. You know, Anton's known to speak to animals, so,
That's true.
hello, great white wolf. Nothing.
Nothing.
Is he in our way? Like, if we continue our progress, is he going to block us?
Yeah, he's blocking your path.
I'll continue to climb, saying to my two brothers, with my extensive knowledge of wolves, I'm pretty sure they usually fuck off when you get near them. Like, wolves, especially outside of a pack, don't fuck with people. So maybe if we continue to progress towards it, maybe it'll move.
It's a magical wolf, but maybe.
Maybe. I mean, but can we try to progress like a little bit closer until maybe what is the distance from that wolf right now?
I start stretching out my kicking leg.
You see it at like 70 feet.
Okay. What about like 20 feet away from it, or like 25, 30 feet away?
Yeah. You approach it. I would say that makes you fairly indifferent. You didn't sound like you're threatening or openly hostile to it.
No. I will draw my sword in a defensive position, and I will be threatened by it, but I'm not going to be like running up and chopping it. But I'll be ready if he, to receive an attack.
Yeah,
if
the
need
wolf
be.
will back up.
Okay.
As you get closer, it backs away a little bit more, and through the mists, you will spot that it is not but one wolf. It is a pack of 4, but only one was showing you, and they are.
Are they clumped up?
Yeah, they're pretty close. When you see the 4 of them, they are actually quite close together.
Should I lightning spear them, Tyrell?
Do it if you must.
Don't do it. Just leave them.
Imric, they're in our fucking way.
Are they?
When I say
Are they in the way now? Or
They're in the
they moved
path
off to
in
the
front of
side,
you.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
so we're going up a mountain, so it's sort of like a narrow area, and the wolves are in front of you, and you approach, and then the first one retreats a little bit back, and then the mist clears a little for a moment, and you can see it's actually a pack of 4. They're not like impeding you as you move forward; they seem to move away. And I don't think I might have underscored enough the size of the wolf. Normal wolves
dire
are like
wolves.
dog size. This is big. Yeah, this is like dire wolf size or winter wolf sized. You know, it's a hell of a wolf, or 4 hells of wolves.
Well,
But yeah.
up
Are
to
you
you,
gonna
Tyrell.
Well, what do we do? We're fighting. What do you mean? We're not about
Okay,
to tea with
then
them, right?
Anton will
Yeah.
pull his spear out, and he will do the lightning spear.
Well, hold
all
on,
3
wait.
charges.
So, do they have their ears pinned, or do they look pretty threatening? They're blocking our way. There's 4 of them. They're there. When you said they were,
Their ears are not pinned. They are not threatening.
When you said
they
that,
seem fairly indifferent. They just
Okay.
happen to be in the route that you are walking along.
oh, okay. So they're not like all standing there like growling at us, right? Or some- Okay.
No, no,
Show
no.
right now.
You said they were emanating magic. What do you mean by that? Like, do they just have an aura? Not like an alignment one, but are they just like glowing or?
Imric has ultravision cast, so he can see magical auras around things, and Imric can see that these creatures are
No,
innately.
that's not true, Neil. Actually,
Is that not ultravision? Do I have my
Ultravision is
phone?
just see through darkness. You're thinking
They're
of
not
maybe
magic.
wizard
We
sight or
don't see
something.
them.
I think I'm thinking of wizard sight. Never mind. They're just regular wolves. They're very large, normal, everyday wolves.
Okay. In that case, can we kind of like move to the side and see if we can walk by them and see how
Yeah.
if they let us pass?
Excuse me, wolves.
Oh,
We'd like to go by you.
Someone's in
Up
trouble.
the mountain. He hears us.
Yeah,
I guess
hear you.
we'll go slowly.
So you know the mountain is fairly steep, and you're on. There's not really going beside them. You can try and just scramble up the mountain to avoid them, or you can try to like shoo them away, or maybe scramble down the mountain to avoid them. But if you want to walk without making checks, then they are in the non-check worthy pass.
They're in the non-check worthy pass.
So if you
Like-
want to make checks, like dex checks, we can go up the mountain.
No, I don't want to do that. We're gonna walk
Okay,
by
then we
them.
have to fight the wolves.
Well, maybe they'll
Just
walk
walk
by
by
us.
us.
Walk by
They'll
them.
walk single file. We'll walk single file. We'll be chill.
All right.
Yeah.
Strangers
I'll walk
in the
first
night.
because I'm very wisdom. Okay.
As you approach them, they continue to back off, and they continue to back off, and they continue to back off, and they sort of give ground before you until they can move on a path, like off a different direction, a different trajectory. No fight needed.
Easy, cool. We love
And you
animals
will
here. We only kill
get
dogs,
to-
not wolves in this party.
Yeah.
Damn right.
You will get to the top of the mountain and find a ruined outcropping of stone, like a stone semicircular wall. Whatever was attached to it must have been destroyed or crumbled by now, but you have reached the top and you have reached some segment of civilization. The mist is still thick and heavy and blocks your vision before 100 feet, so you can't see where the tower is from you. It could be up the range, it could be down the range, but you're here at the top.
I think we have to probably investigate the outcropping and see if we can go inside, or...
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, give me a perception check.
From
One of
everybody or
you in the
one?
party.
I got it.
Whoever wants it.
Easy.
Nice.
Yeah. You can dig around in this outcropping and find a box, a crate actually, bound with just simple metal across the back of it, fairly light in structure. It doesn't look completely ancient. It is shut, but it doesn't, and it does have a lock on it.
Open it up, Tyrael.
Yeah, I'll pick the lock, I guess.
Is it trapped?
The hammer should tell me if it's trapped or not.
Yeah.
I'll check.
You check with the hammer, it is not trapped. You give it a jostle, and it opens. It is not locked. Inside of it are oil, torches, rope, rations for 10 people for one person for 20 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, are the rations like fresh, edible?
They're frozen. It's like frozen bread and frozen jerky and some
Oh.
frozen cheese.
Okay. So this must have been some sort of like lookout alert tower or something, I guess, right? At the top here. And then
Extra-
Who knows?
rope or something. Yeah, so this was everything that was in like that little rocky outcropping then?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find the keep.
Yeah, is it obvious which direction to head from here?
Nope. 50% chance of heading the right direction. It's either up or down.
Always up.
Is it? Okay, up. It is.
In this case, yes, it is.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
go.
you head up the range, which is the northeast path that it takes, and 20 or 30 minutes later, you come across a tower before you. It's risen up on some sort of large base. It's all covered with snow. You can't tell if there's a building beneath it or if that's just a rocky outcropping, but it is maybe 20 feet tall, and then back a ways is this like 3-story square tower.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Should we
continue.
try and dig through the snow and find an entrance lower down, or perhaps climb and
We could be
enter
digging
through a
through the
window?
snow forever. Like, I don't
Let's
know.
climb and go.
Yeah, we should just climb and go.
Do any of the windows look like they're not barred?
They're all caked with snow. You'd have to brush the snow off to see even where the windows are.
I think we sent Tyrael out to look.
Yeah, or we can just
Since
go to
he's
the
just
front.
fastest climber.
Is there like a door thing that we can try?
You got to get to the tower first, and there's this big, mound of stuff before you. As you approach and investigate it, you will find that this is just like a natural rocky outcropping that is caked in snow and ice, and it'll take a climbing check at minus 40% to get up this. This is an actual proper wall,
Nope.
and it is too slippery and too icy and too snowy for you to scale, Tyrael.
How high is it?
Maybe 25 feet?
And there's no way
You
around
just
this
jump
wall,
up it.
or? I
Yeah,
think I
you
can
should-
only.
Yeah, wait, it's 25
Quite
feet. Use your
correct.
fucking boots.
Can I only jump 15 feet?
I think you jump 30 feet.
Maybe I
almost.
think it's
It's
30
30
feet across and
forward.
15. Yeah, 15 up.
It's
maybe.
15 up. Vertical springs are 15. Forward
Yeah.
leap up to 30.
Not quite then.
Do we want to take our final break here? We can figure out how to get up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. So Tyrael has failed to climb this thing right here. In fact, what did you roll? You rolled an 82, and you had a
40% penalty. I didn't make it, I don't think.
55. He uses.
55% chance, yeah. So let's see. With your climbing pittons, in theory, if you just pound these pittons into rock with your hammer, you should be able to create at least like a series of handholds and then stand on them and make some more handholds in front of you. And that would use a bunch of your pittons to slowly climb up this way. Is there anything else that we could do to get you up here?
Keep in mind, we brought climbing gear for 10 people, so we probably have a fuckload of pittance down there as well if we need it. But
Well, the climbing gear for 10 people is mostly like the ropes and the harnesses and the whatnots. The
not the
pittance,
pittance.
yeah, whether you're moving one person or 100 people, like you only put in the same number of pittance and it's just the same path that everyone follows. But that's okay. Let's see. Yeah. Well, you're in a tight spot. How
Well-
do you want to approach this?
Just pitting your way up.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
just start pitting in.
Yep.
It'll take a little
Yep,
bit.
Can our
grab 'em
magic
out, you-
rope grab on anything?
You're mad. You want to bring it out and give it a shot?
Why not?
Yeah, you toss it over this rocky thing and tell it to bind onto something and hope it finds something to hold on to. The rope is on the cusp. The rope does not grab onto anything.
Okay. Well, we're
grabs
pitting our way
nothing.
up.
Okay, I can just pitten up, right? There's no.
Yeah, it'll just take time and it'll be very loud because you're slamming a hammer
No
into
problem.
a metal spike into stone.
It's like
That's fine.
Good thing everybody's dead here.
yeah, and it's like 20 feet,
Yeah.
so shouldn't be too long at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That takes you like an hour to hammer through frozen stone and make your way up. But after you do it, the handholds and the pittons are good enough that the rest of the party can follow. And you can make your way up this stone cliff and towards the base of this tower. It has like a little shelter that comes out in front of it, but large mounds of snow bordering it. You're not sure exactly where the entrance is, but it's buried underneath all this snow somewhere. I don't expect any of you carried a shovel all the way up the mountain by yourselves.
Let me check my gear.
That seems weird. I guess it's just going to be a matter of unburying it with your hands then, or some sticks you find around.
We have
A
shields.
shield? Shield? Yeah, how many shields do you have?
I believe I have 2.
I've got a shield too.
Oh, yeah. You can use your shields as shovels. And after digging around in the tower for 20 or 30 or 40 minutes, you find an entryway into it. The door is presently shut. It is another one of these big, heavy metal doors, and it looks like all the hinges are icy. There is a locking mechanism on it, although you can't tell if it's locked or not because the handle is stuck and frozen. Does anyone have a knock spell?
I got a knock spell. We can unfreeze the handle.
Can we do the candle thing again?
Sure, it's a matter of time, and it's such a misty day. Even if you're in the tower, you wouldn't be able to see out anyway. You can essentially spend another hour or so slowly picking away the ice and breaking your way into the tower. And once you throw open the door, you see, the entry room down here is sort of like a gentle common room. And darting about to and fro are a series of maybe 12 brooms that are moving of their own accord back and forth, moving and dusting and sweeping the area. There is a table with chairs and a large hearth at the back in which burns another one of these logs that just keeps burning, except instead of one, there's 3 of them stacked together. There's a staircase that goes up to another floor, doors that head into other rooms. On the table are cups and plates and silverware, all sort of dirty and used, and a big pewter pitcher of water. Frozen.
I'll
Well,
speak to the broom. and-
what? It's probably just magical maintenance, basically, right? I think we just have
Yeah.
to start moving through.
I'll try and cast my prying eye spell again, the locked one.
No, it fails.
Well,
I'll say clean the dishes. I assume nothing.
To the brooms? No, the brooms do not clean the dishes.
Good.
hearing him say that, I will channel my inner magical energy, hold a hand out to the brooms, and say, "Stand to attention."
When you command them as a group, nothing happens. But you do notice the filtering of voices, as if in the same room as you, like young voices, like children's laughter, when clearly there are no children about.
Ariel, try the ring.
Yeah, I guess I'll wear the Ring of True Sight and I'll activate it and I'll look around and I'll see what I see. I can see into the ethereal plane as well.
Yes. When you look about with the Ring of True Seeing, you do see the spectral images of children, maybe a half dozen of them, a little bit more, frolicking, playing. Some of them were like focusing on concentrating and creating gentle magical effects. You don't see them in the material world, but they are here in the ethereal, and their voices are filtering through to the material somehow. They're not interacting with the brooms. The brooms are under their own power.
Yeah, I'll shrug and I'll explain it to the other two brothers here.
Perhaps a school for wizards.
Perhaps so. Or perhaps everybody in this land learns magic. Who knows?
We'll have to explore this whole place. Look for a way down if there's a treasury or something.
Sure.
probably
We're
in the
just
basement.
in we don't expect this to connect to the keep, do we? This was just a tower outcrop, or could it, like, inside there be some passage, or?
We don't know what's under the snow. We only see the tower, don't we?
Yeah. Okay.
The tower seems to be on a solid piece of rock, though. There could be a chamber underneath, or there are multiple levels above. There's stuff up there, maybe.
Do you want to go
Starting
up or
to feel
down
like
first?
this isn't solid and keep. I think we go down first if we can. Might like to find a treasury.
Okay. We can go down then.
Yeah.
Do you
Well, we should
spread
check
out
the
to
whole
search
thing.
the keep, or do you
Nope.
search it together slowly?
No, we
Together.
search it together.
All right.
poke.
You can poke about. You will find in other rooms there are candles burning that should have gone out long ago.
Oh, one quick question for the children
take
above.
them.
Were they interacting, or were they noticing any of us? Like, did it seem like they
The
had
children?
yeah, the ethereal. They didn't. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
No,
Keep going.
no conscious interaction with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright.
you find some candles, like a whole candelabra filled with maybe a dozen burning candles that are just on fire. You said you wanted to take them, Nick? Does that mean you
Yeah,
put them out?
Well, I will put one out and then light it again and see if it continues to burn. Without.
Yes.
Looks like we just found some more ever-burning candles. Might as well take them.
All right. You can add 12 ever burning candles to your character sheet.
Well, I say this to Tyrell and Anton. Do they agree?
Yeah. Wait. So how do they turn on and off? Can we just snap and get them on and off?
We can
or-
try the snap thing, sure, but
They're not snappers. They're you actually have to light them and then they just stay lit.
Fuck it.
I'll take
Why
them.
not? I'll take them. Yeah.
Okay.
free magic shit, baby.
You take them. You've got more weight.
Hell yeah. We got. Well, these should be like less than a pound for all 12 of them, right? They're just
Yeah.
small candles.
Well, my weight is quite
Yeah, a 12 is
tight.
probably a pound. I would say 10 is a pound. You can call it all 12 a pound for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright,
I mean,
keep
we keep searching for ways down. We still got the true seeing ring, so I don't need to use detect magic.
As you walk through the area, you will see places where things are clearly missing. There is a shield mounted above the fireplace that has like pegs and slots where you would cross weapons over it, but the weapons are gone.
Shield's
Okay.
there? Is the shield there?
The shield is there. Yeah, it looks like an ordinary wooden shield, though. It doesn't look to be fancy or innate. The paint is chipping and peeling off of it.
But they want
That's
you.
why something's already been here. This is why I think the treasury might be our best bet. Perhaps a locked door will have kept the more common looters out.
We keep going.
Yeah. You can search this bottom floor very quickly and easily. You will find a hatch that goes down in one of these back rooms, what appears to be like a separate room that just houses this hatch, but the hatch has been hacked apart by axes and ripped open and lies and shatters around you and somewhat down the hole, which is a sheer drop. You'll see above you is a pulley system, so you could like lower stuff down into the hole and raise stuff down to the hole, but the rope is missing, and the ladder down into the hole is missing as well.
A dungeon, maybe? Pulley system to send food.
Well, we could try to work our way down this hole, or we could explore the upper part and then come back to this later.
Either way. Is the hole wide enough, like shallow enough, thin enough that Tyrell could kind of like scoot down it?
It's only like a 15-foot drop. You could hang onto the edge and drop down without suffering any damage.
Okay, we're gonna put a new rope up. So if we need to climb up, we have a brand new rope ready.
Or if it's only 15 feet, I can just jump. So
Yeah, but let's get a rope set up so we can get back up easily.
Sure, there's a place to attach a rope, and then you can put it. You can't probably reach the pulley on the ceiling without stacking each other, but you can just drop it down the hole and make it an easy way in and out.
Okay.
Okay, we go down.
You head down, walk down a pathway, and there are a set of barred gates which have been bent by sheer force. Beyond it, there's a pedestal and some opened boxes and some coins lying around. A lot of like material wealth and gold and silver, but no magic items. It looks like whoever has come through this area before left the magic brooms and the magic candles and the gold and the silver and took the high value things that they could find.
Straighting. Frost Rangers said they hadn't been here.
I mean, it could have been looted before these lands were deserted, you know, by invaders a long time ago. But it's hard to
Perhaps,
say, right?
yeah. Well, let's hope that the rest of the tower proves more fruitful. It would be a shame if this had been a wasted journey.
Keep going.
That's the basement layer.
We will pocket some high-value monetary items if there's anything that's like light and valuable, like
Wait a minute,
gems.
it sounded like it was just some coins lying around, right? Are there any high-value gems or anything?
No. All the easy-to-carry stuff from the basement has been picked over by whoever was here.
All right.
The ground floor has some bedrooms, not bedrooms, I'm sorry, has some, what looks to be a couple of classrooms and a kitchen and a dining hall. And can I get an intelligence check from Imric, please?
Of course. I was going for low on that one, Neil. I was going for the classic roll lower than your stat, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad you didn't announce it beforehand.
Yeah. It's a shame.
You do find an hourglass, though, made out of thin glass and a very pale oak color. A lot of sand in it. It's interesting, fascinating. Back home, this would be a high-value item, but here it's too fragile. There's no way it's going to make it back intact unless you pad it with a bunch of stuff.
I turn it upside down and leave it on a table.
There looks to be about an hour's worth of sand in there, and it drains within 10 seconds.
Okay.
Unnatural.
When you say there's an hour wait, what are you trying to say by that?
Like an hourglass is generally used to measure 1 hour's worth of time. That's why we call it an hourglass. And so you've got like a tiny hole and a bunch of sand up top, and it should, in theory, take an hour to filter down. But when you flip it, the sand flows at an unprecedented, unimaginable rate, and actually takes only 10 seconds to empty.
Something weird here. I will take the hourglass nail, and I want to just... I can head outside the keep easy enough, right? I'm going to just do that and quickly turn it back over again. While I'm outside.
It passes within 10 seconds as well.
Exactly 10 seconds, or is it slower, slightly?
How would you know exactly?
I wouldn't.
1, 2.
Well, yeah, I can count.
Yeah, but your counting is going to be no more accurate than, you know, we don't have a mechanical watch that keeps perfect time.
All right, we search the rest of the keep.
Yeah. You find on the second floor is some sort of laboratory. There are a whole bunch of chemical reagents, but it also looks like someone came through here with like a stick or a sword and just broke everything. There's a bunch of like broken glasses and frozen fluids everywhere of multiple colors. There's a few things that are still stuck like far away out where a fight may have happened or something like that.
I checked drawers looking for like notes, books, maybe.
Yes. You find a stack of parchments in a drawer on the far side of the room. The drawer has already been opened when you get there, and you know, slightly open. You can pull it the rest of the way open, and it's just a whole pile of notes in a language that you can't understand.
Well, I scanned them. My glasses aren't working.
Your glasses are not working.
I will pocket these. How should I write alchemy notes?
Just write Glacia notes.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
right from Mountain Keep.
Did you say your ultravision is working today? Did we try that already?
Yeah, I think it's working.
Yeah, you'll notice in this area there are some inkwells that are magical as well.
It doesn't detect magic. It's darkness, magical
Fuck, we
darkness.
did this again. I'm sorry. I keep
Yeah.
messing
Materials
this
is
up.
going, and I think that detects.
But he's got the true sight ring.
For
yeah.
30 minutes since we entered, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then Tyrael, you will notice there are magical inkwells in here as well. And you will, in the kitchen, you found some magical scrubbing brushes. But aside from like some mundane, ordinary household items, you don't find anything of particular value. Not until you reach the 3rd floor does something perk your interest. You get to the 3rd floor, you begin to scout it out. It's more like bedrooms and practice rooms, and there's a small library that the bunch of books are on the ground, and many of them are ruined and broken. But on this 3rd floor, down the hall, on the staircase that leads to the 4th floor, there's like a draft. Like air is being pulled up the staircase, like blowing up the staircase from where you're standing.
Yeah, I
go.
mean, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I guess I'll do a check for noise on the base of the stairs.
Yeah, give it to me. Yeah, well, you do hear the laughter of children, and the sweeping of brooms, and you hear the gentle rustling of what sounds maybe like a beaded curtain or something upstairs clinking against itself.
Okay. I guess we'll go upstairs. Wait, real quick, Nick. With that magical hourglass, you said you tested it outside?
Yeah.
It's not magical.
Still,
Okay.
still 10 seconds.
Wait, why is it not magical?
It's an hourglass, man.
That lasts for 10 seconds?
Yeah, but something's fucking wrong with the time here. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we get back, we've been gone for a month.
Wait, that was my question. When you were outside this keep, though, and you tested the glass, it was like...
It's the same, but maybe whatever time dilation
It
effect
went in
is
10
here,
seconds, yes.
it might be extends beyond the border of the keep. It might be this whole mountain.
Is the hourglass magical when I look at it?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Oh.
you. Okay. I wonder what it could be measuring then. I don't know. Okay, we go up the stairs.
Okay.
I tried turning the hourglass over and thinking of a different time. Like
The
maybe like I
stand
think
falls
like
more slowly.
if I think like, oh, I want to try a minute, does it do a minute?
Yes.
Oh, that's badass. I take that magical hourglass. Cool.
That is pretty cool.
Okay, you're gonna have to find some of the bedding or pull some papers out, and you're gonna have to pad this thing and put it in your pack. It's
Okay.
gonna be worth 5 pounds of encumbrance just because of the bulk that you're gonna have to pack it with to keep it safe.
Okay. Can someone else carry 5 pounds of encumbrance?
I got you, bud.
Although you guys are in combat, though, I will give you something else. Let's see, what can I give you?
I'll just add 5 pounds of something, and then you can
Yeah.
keep track of it.
Okay.
You head up the stairs, and the pull of the air grows stronger. Before you is a hallway that runs the middle of the room. There's a staircase on the far side leading to the upstairs, what should be the final floor above you. The rooms on either side of the hallway, which is just a straight shot across the building, are all shut. But the air here is pulling. And you can see at the end of the hallway is indeed a beaded curtain that is being tugged by the weight of the air pulling past it.
So that's
Okay.
where we need to go.
Perhaps, yeah.
Ignoring the rooms?
No, as we go down the hall, we'll try the handle for one door and then the other.
Yeah, they
my-
all seem to be unlocked. You can throw them open. You will find a few bedrooms at first, nicer than the other ones you come across, maybe like staff housing, if we're going with the analogy that this might be like a school of some kind, maybe like teacher housing. One room appears to be some sort of parlor or lounge, and then a couple more doors are locked. I don't know how much time you want to spend on them.
Maybe we want to open them.
Yeah, I mean, we'll open it and check.
Any
them.
locked doors is good. It means that nobody's got in there yet.
Yeah.
So you'll stop here in the hallway and open these doors. Tyrael, give me some lockpick attempts.
On one, and then on another.
I'll need 4 total, actually.
Another?
So
pretty
2
well.
are successfully opened. Nice.
Wait, you were doing pickpockets there, not open
Oh
locks.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's your lockpick chance? We'll keep the same rolls.
Sorry,
and
it's
just...
95, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think I
3
missed
out of
one
4
of it.
then.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. The first room that is locked that you open up appears to be like a teacher's bedroom of some kind. There's a small desk, there's a bed with a footlocker on it, there's a dresser filled with clothes, and there is a person sitting at the edge of the bed holding their head in their hands.
Ethereal or material?
Material. They look up when you walk into the room.
I look out to them confused, and I try to speak in a common tongue. Do they respond, or...?
They babble at you in another language and step forward.
In a threatening manner, or...?
Yes, in an aggressive, threatening manner.
I'll, like, wave one hand in front, and I'll draw my sword with the other.
They stop and pause at the sword that you pull out, and reaching into their pocket, they pull out a small knife, like a knife that you might carve an apple with or something.
Okay.
Nothing compared to the arming
Yeah, yeah.
sword before you.
All 3 of us are in the room. They can see all 3 of us, right?
Yeah.
You opened the door. The others are in the hallway still.
Okay.
mean,
I'll sheathe my sword, and I'll draw my hammer, and I'll extend, like, the handle to them and offer them the chance to touch, and then I'll point to my mouth.
The person before you puts the knife away, and you've grown up with spellcasters. You know when someone is casting a spell, they begin to enchant the words to a spell.
Spellcraft.
not in.
Before you get your spellcraft check, Tyrell's got to make his reaction based on, what he's going to see. Because you're going to listen and then hear and then have to tell, and then he'll have to think and react. But right away, Tyrell, do you have a reaction to this person casting a spell?
What did this? Oh, sorry.
I'll kind of, like, pull my head to the side disappointedly, and I'll wait a moment, hoping that they're going to try to cast some sort of hold or immobilize spell on me, and then my ring of free action will overcome it.
Be a
But-
tongue spell.
But also, I'll call back to the 2 behind me. It's a wizard of some sort in here, maybe casting a spell. They don't seem too
Yeah.
dangerous, but I don't know how much I can get out before. Yeah.
Did he grab your guano?
It is a pretty fast spell here. Nick, make me a spellcraft check at half strength, because you're only really like hearing some mumbled words coming out through the.
Okay,
You can't
well.
see the somatic gestures or any material components.
Ah,
Did
it.
Yeah, that's great. This is a ball of force spell that is being cast. It's non-damaging, and sure enough, a moment later, a lavender ball, maybe about the size of a large soccer ball, emanates from the creature and flies across the room in the direction of Tyrael. Tyrael, I need you to make me a saving throw versus spell.
If it's just a ball of force, if it's only supposed to displace me, with my ring of free action protect against that, or?
Free action. That's a great question. Oh, it's over here, isn't it?
What level spell is this, Nick? First?
Ball of Force. I don't even know it.
Wait a minute, spell.
But yeah, it sounds like a low-level spell. It's probably some crazy Neil one that he made up.
Guy snorted some coke.
Ball of level 2 spell.
Okay.
It is a Koibu spell. So
Does it
nothing to worry about. Probably nothing.
No,
If
this
it's
will
on-
still affect you by ring of free action won't stop this forced movement.
Well, he gets a save.
Okay, what's my save?
Oh,
Spell save.
Mm-hmm.
Saving versus spell.
Not a problem. The ball strikes you and breaks across you, dissipating on either side. The person looks surprised and shocked, and babbles a question at you.
I'll continue to point to my mouth, and I'll a little bit more insistently kind of like point the hammer's handle at them to see if they can touch the hammer.
The person steps forward, reaches out, and their hand passes right through the hammer as they reach for it. They grab at it again, and then in a panic reach for you. You can make an attack of opportunity with your hammer if you'd like.
No, does their hand pass through me? I'll just stand
Their
away.
hand passes through you, and then they move into the hallway. They try to grab each of you in turn, freaking out more and more.
I'm gonna show him the Velthara symbol. I'm curious of the response.
They stop moving. This teacher, this gentleman, stares at you, stares at the symbol, and quickly begins to sweat. They feel at their face, which seems solid to their touch. They panic. They drop to their knees before you and begin to pray.
Oh, shit.
Seems like Velthara fucked this area up for some reason.
What is this?
Open that
Can I
book
see
chest.
but they're not ethereal. They're visible on this plane, but they can't interact with people? Or
They seem to
objects?
not be interacting with material objects. Yeah.
Except for
They're
the
walking
knife.
on the floor, but
I'll motion towards where the person put their knife, and I'll ask them
they
to
put
put
it in
my
their
hand.
pocket. Yeah.
I'll motion towards the pocket. I'll like point, and I'll like put my hand out.
Their eyes are closed. Their hands are clasped together in a steeple, deep in prayer.
I'll shake my head and I'll
Muttering
say I'm gonna
over
go search through the rooms, but I have a feeling we're not gonna be able to interact with this one either.
They have a foot locker near his bed locked. You might want to open that.
I did 3 pick lock checks. I don't know what those were for. If that
Those are
covered
for
But those
doors.
are for
Out of the doors.
various- Yeah. You go to the foot locker, open it up, and it is filled with clothing of various kinds. You still have your ring of true seeing going on, and you can see that 2 of the robes in here are magical.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'll grab
Taking that shit.
2 of the magical robes, I guess. How much do they weigh?
3 pounds each.
Anything else in the room?
Nothing magical.
Cool.
Nothing that you guys would care about. Many small details, but
We go to the next door.
Let's lead them to that prize.
yes. You reach the next door. This too has been opened up. Inside is nothing but like a blackened, charred area. You can see there's little bits of bone scattered all over the place. It looks like something went terribly, terribly wrong in this
Inspired by
room. And
themselves.
yeah, something like that happened in here once upon a time. The third room. What was the one that you failed?
This is the fourth one that he found.
The fourth one that you failed? Okay. The third room that you come to looks to be maybe the headmaster's room or someone of greater importance. The room is twice the size of the others. There is a rack against one wall that has a row of staves on it. There are pegs on the wall with cloaks and robes hanging from them. There's a desk with papers tossed all over them.
I go and start looking at the papers. Are any of these robes or staves magical, Tyrell?
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Yes. Robes
There you
and
go, Nick.
staves are magical.
I
Papers
cast-
look like scrolls.
Can Tyrell get the strength of the magic? With true seeing, or would I need to cast detect magic?
As they're talking about this, I'm gonna clear the room out. All overwhelming.
Yeah, you can see the strength. Well, you would usually be able to see some level of strength here, but in this area, there's a lot of like magic mixing together, and it's hard to get the exact strength. What might be coming from one thing might be interacting with another, plus the weird ghostly it's kind of a blur here. There are 4 magical staves, 4 magical robes. Emmerich, you will come across what looks to be maybe a dozen spells. You'd need read magic to tell what the hell they are.
How many staves?
Amazing. Well, I'm
And-
taking all of it. I've been looking for robes and staves for 2 years now.
Yeah, how many staves?
Yeah,
4.
4.
How much do they weigh
4
each?
robes.
Do they look
Each
the
staff-
same?
No, each one is different. Imric, or not Imric, Anton, you said you clear the
I
room.
clear the room out, yeah.
At the back of the room, there is a closet. When you open it, there are 15 potions inside.
All right. At least we found something.
And I'm just gonna add 15 pounds of potions.
Okay. And you've got the robes and staves, Tyrell.
Yeah, how much does the staff weigh each?
2 pounds per staff.
Okay. So 20 pounds of robes and stuffs. All right. Then the last thing to do is maybe break down that last door and then check behind that curtain.
Who got the 15 potions?
I do.
Okay.
Anton. Do you think that this might be a good place to use the tongue scroll to speak to this ghost? She may know for certain where
I
Saladin Keep
actually would
is.
say yes.
Yeah, I think this is as good as an opportunity as we'll get. So whilst you maybe work
Do
on
you want to
forcing
do it, or
open that-
do you think I should do it? The person who they're kind of praying for. They're praying, I guess, towards.
It's a scroll. I don't think you can cast it. I don't only cast it on the caster. Yeah, so I'll have to do it.
Wait, isn't that a priest scroll? Tongues is a priest ability as well.
It's I think this is a wizard scroll. This one.
Okay.
No. So if you want to try breaking open that door, I will crouch down in front of this person and pull out the scroll.
All right. You cast the spell. It successfully goes off, and you can hear the prayers of the person. Mothers, have mercy. Fathers, guide me towards the light. Mothers, have mercy. Fathers, guide me towards the light.
My friend, we can speak for a time.
The eyes flicker towards you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I've done, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry 1,000 times over. Mothers, have mercy on me.
My brother is not here for you. Valthara's vengeance may have come for you once upon a time, but it's not here for you today.
It is here for me today. This is my day. How can
What
you
have you
say it is
done?
not? I have done nothing but what everyone has done. I know not what fresh hell this is. Tell me, spirits. What have I done? What have I done to anger you? Why has the goddess brought this wrath down upon me?
What wrath do you speak of?
Figure stands and reaches for you and clips right through you. Why am I alone? Why are there ghosts of men I do not know in my bedroom?
What year
Why do my
do
magic
you
not
think
work?
it is? How many years since the breaking?
What is the breaking?
Eric, don't torture the man. Ask him where the keep is.
We've
is
got
this?
like 15 minutes. I'm afraid perhaps we are living in different times, my friend. We are not spirits. We are here long since this place has been abandoned, frozen over. I'm not sure how you're here or how you're alive. And I feel that you think the same of us. But my friend, my brother, he's close to Valthara. Perhaps whatever vengeance you are due could be forgiven if you were to help us in our quests.
Goddess of vengeance, forgiving a person. This is no time for jokes, sir.
I'm not
What is your
joking.
name?
My name's Imric McGarry. I come from a faraway land. This is my brother Anton McGarry and Tyrell McGarry. Anton is the chosen of Valthara. He communes directly with her. He could petition her for you if you were to help us.
He looks past you at the door that Anton and Tyrael are currently trying to get through. And takes a deep breath and drops to his knees and begins his prayers again. Mothers, have mercy. Fathers, guide me towards the light.
My friend, before you return to your prayers, we're looking for a place, Keep Saladin. Do you know where it is?
I do.
How would I get there?
The lake. Saladin Keep rests near the lake.
Is it east from here, north?
South.
South from here? Is it a city or?
Emric, tell him
The
to
lake.
tell him to point the direction of the window.
Can you point to it?
He flicks a hand to the northeast.
Okay.
The northeast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the direction of the town, right? That we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, ballparky.
Thank you. The other thing, we come in search of a magical stone called an ion stone.
Is this what it's like when you speak with the dead? Am I the dead? Is this how one feels when asked questions by the living?
I've met many spirits in my time. You seem different to them. You don't exist on the ethereal plane, so how can you be a spirit?
I exist on all planes. I'm a living creature. I am a living being. I am a man. I exist in the material, the ethereal, and the spiritual. Part of me
The ion
exists in the
stones,
fire.
do you know of them?
Every child knows of ion stones. Who has time for such trivial questions? This is a matter of life and death.
Are there any in the keep?
Ask him what the staves do in the headmaster's room, as well. That's a good question you just asked.
Ion stones exist with their masters, wherever they may be. No one stores them in keeps. No one stores them in treasure boxes.
Where are they stored? This is the reason we travel to this place. We have transcended time and space to be here speaking with you. You must help us if you wish forgiveness.
I do not know where the things that you speak are. If what you have said is true and we are locked in different times, how could I know where anything exists? How long has it been? A year? A decade? A millennia? Things move.
Longer,
Worlds
perhaps.
change. I cannot
Emmerich.
help you if you are locked in a different time from me. Tell me, what has come of it?
Your kingdom is frozen over. Everyone is dead. We pick at the remains of the magic that you once wielded, hoping to glimpse but a fraction of the light that you once observed.
So all is lost?
All is lost here, not further south.
The world, the whole of the world in ruin?
No, there are kingdoms flourishing in the south.
Emmerich, which god did they worship?
We've won. We've done it then. Oh, but
We?
at what cost?
Against who did you fight?
Begone, Wraith. I have the knowledge I need now. You only interrupt my prayers.
I will convey this information to them. I will again ask him about the staves and the robes, but I figure he's ignoring me.
He's ignoring you.
We're trying a little bit.
The door, how do you guys want to open it?
Well, how
How
can
is
it be
it locked?
forced open?
It's just locked. The handle's not turning. You could try and bash it down. You could try and hack it down. You could, I don't know, mine underneath it and up through the floors. You could try and climb out through the walls and see if there's a window you could climb into.
Bash it.
Okay. Give me the world's greatest open doors check. You want to roll less than your open doors check on a
100?
D20.
No. Nope.
What is your check?
8.
8,
Zero,
yeah.
might have a better one.
No, not if you've got a strength belt of strength on. So you slam yourself against it, and the door is sturdy. It is solid. This is not some simple locking mechanism that can be bashed down with your shoulder. Whatever holds this door in place holds it tight and fast.
Are we all able to make? Am I able to make a strength check as well, or
He's stronger than I am.
If you
By
have
2.
higher strength, what is your? Yeah,
17?
yeah. Go ahead. Give me an open doors check.
What do I see? Open doors check.
Your strength table on the very front of your character sheet. It's not a clickable item, but it should say.
Oh, I see. Open doors 10.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to roll above a 10 or below a 10.
Lower.
Below a 10. That is what you need. You slam yourself into the door, and you can hear something on the other side of it crack. And pound after pound, shoulder after shoulder, you manage to slowly break the bar holding it. Imric, you'll notice the cleric, not the cleric, the man before you, wincing in pain, opening an eye as the other two of you, break through that door. In the room beyond are cages suspended from the ceiling, and the bones of people still residing in them.
Well.
Anton, it's very clear to you that the diminutive size of these bones represent children or small creatures. Do you have an anatomy proficiency?
I don't think Anton does, no.
No.
You might not be able to tell the difference between a dwarven corpse and a human child's corpse, or a human child and a gnome. So you can't tell exactly if these are small humans or if these are small adult other creatures.
I will turn and scowl at the priest and say, I'm starting to see why you're begging forgiveness. What horrors did you get up to in your time?
Mothers have mercy, fathers guide me towards the light. Mothers have mercy, fathers
Is there anything
guide me
magical
towards the
or
light.
of interest in this room?
There are there are 9 mirrors. They're all about 8 feet tall and about 3 feet wide, placed 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, 3 on the side opposite of the door. So the 3 of the 4 walls, not including the wall door. The door, yeah, the wall with the door. Inside these mirrors, there are people, and they are moving, and they are looking at you, and they are pounding against the glass, and they are screaming not to be heard.
Can they move from one mirror to the other, or is each one stuck in one mirror?
They each appear to be stuck in a mirror of their own.
How curious, I say, stepping into the room. Perhaps we should smash them. Free their souls.
If I raise my fist up to strike a mirror, does it respond? Does the person in the mirror respond at all, or?
You bring your hand to smash a mirror, and the person, tries to ward off the blow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you break the mirror?
I look to Anton and Imric. What do you think?
Break one.
Strange. I just had a conversation with a wizard on the airship while I was there. He was trying to tell me about a necromancy spell. It sounded very similar to this.
If I break one of
Given-
these mirrors, will they die?
It'd be extremely painful.
I find one with a large male in it, and I say, he's a big guy.
They may die. Their souls may be lost in the ether for all of time.
Are you?
Are they not already lost?
The praying man from before is now behind you, Imric, and he says, please don't break those mirrors.
Why?
Don't do that. The people trapped in there are dangerous. They are trapped for a reason.
He says
They
these
need to be
people have been
left.
trapped for a reason and they're dangerous and we shouldn't
Tell
free
him
them.
if he tells us what the staves are and what they do, we won't break the mirrors.
The items in the headmaster's quarters, the staves, the ropes, what do they do?
How should I know?
He doesn't
Do I
know.
look like a headmaster to you? That's not the room you found me in.
I shake my
You
head,
wouldn't-
Right.
and I say, I think we should
Did
break
you-
one mirror and see what happens.
I agree.
Have you meddled in necromancy, my friend?
Okay, I'm gonna break one while your tongue
I am
spell.
an evocation teacher.
Wait, does the tongue spell let you speak with a creature or speak a language?
Speak with a creature, I think.
Okay, so even if you speak in the same language, you're not gonna be able to
Or
use this.
speak with all creatures, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you speak to people in the? Oh, they can't be heard.
They
Koibu
can't
said,
be
right?
heard, yeah.
Okay.
Break a mirror.
What? Yeah. Okay.
Break a
I'll
mirror.
take my hammer out and I'll start tapping on the corner of one until
The man begins to speak up as you pull out your hammer. Imric, you can hear these shouts as, "No, don't do that. You'll regret it. You'll probably die."
You wouldn't
I'll-
underestimate us.
I'll look for the
Underestimate
least.
those we have imprisoned.
I'll look for the least threatening looking person here, in a mirror.
What does that mean? Like least physically imposing?
Least
Because
physically
threatening, when we talk about magic, could mean very, very different things.
Is there anyone who's lame who is missing a fucking arm or something?
No.
Okay. I'll just pick
Just
a...
roll a d9. Break a mirror.
Yeah. I'll just tap my hammer on the glass until it starts to crack on one of the mirrors and see what happens.
Roll me a d9.
Wrong one. Nope, don't do that one.
That's a d8.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good one. 4 is my favorite number. So.
We'll have to find out what happens next week on Tombs of Scoria.
Wow.
Cool. Finally, a magic staff.
You got
You
like
wait 2
4
years
of
for a
them.
magic staff, and then 4 come along at once.
And 6 magical robes, I think.
6 magical
Yeah.
robes, 15
When it
potions.
rains, it
I'm-
pours.
Gonna be balling.
Absolutely ballin'. All right. The Patreon questions. We have, I think, 3 of them today.
Nice.
After Scoria is beaten, if the 3 brothers were to enjoy a cozy campaign of D&D together, what sort of character would they play? Also, what snack or beverage would they bring?
If your characters were playing D&D,
I think Imric would play, I don't know, like a ranger maybe, and he'd probably drink wine.
I think Tara would play somebody goofy, because it'd be fun to just chill. Probably wine as well.
Like a bard.
Yeah, sure.
Anton would probably play a gnome just to piss his brothers off.
oh my god.
Surprised Anton wouldn't play a cleric of Althara.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Would you consider playing a character of the opposite gender?
I've thought about it, but
Oh.
it seems difficult to me to put myself in the shoes of another gender. So I just try and stick to what I know. It's hard enough trying to be a wizard. Never mind a girl.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a little bit too many memes for me.
Yeah.
Or like male humans.
Yeah. For everyone, including Koibu, what is the biggest personal improvement or area of growth in D&D gameplay each of you has made since Gnomes, Tomes, and Catacombs?
It's not all about PvP and winning.
Wrong.
It's about telling a story and going through what your character would go through.
I think learning when to lawyer is important. I think that's the most important skill in D&D, is learning when to
Yeah.
lawyer against the DM.
Choose your battles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I can't think of anything for myself.
Wow, you're
since
just a
Gnomes,
perfect
Tomes, and
D&D
Catacombs.
player.
He just doesn't
Wow,
know.
you're
stopped-
just so good.
I stopped torpedoing campaigns since then.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Does that help?
Okay.
Cool.
What about you? Now?
Koibu included.
Biggest area of personal growth in D&D since Gnome, Tomes, and Catacombs?
It's okay if you haven't grown also, if you feel like you're perfect.
I think I've tried. I don't try so hard to make other people happy.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
All right, I gotta go.
All right. Oh, I love you guys. It's been fun. We should be back next week at the normal time.
Yep.
And everybody have fun. Peace out. Good luck. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I love you guys. It's been fun. Tomorrow, I'll be back. Stay safe. Be careful. Rub your cappuccino,